nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
This is the Morning Roast. Filmed live in downtown Macon, Georgia adjacent with Irving Martinez, Ed Einbinder, and Derek Barrett, giving you 3 hours of hell with a heaping side of news, weather, sports, and entertainment.
And lots of sports.
Yes. And live from our studio in the doghouse, here's DP! Good morning, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for Wednesday, August 21st, 2013.
You guys get farther and farther.
Can you smell what the roast is brewing?
What the hell?
Come on.
Get over. There we go.
There we go.
Group
How's
hug.
that, Ed?
Group hug.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ay, Maron. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, one person, Rudy and Good Time Radio.
Thank you very much.
That's 2 people.
And there's people out there that aren't logged in.
Good morning, good
spying
morning.
on us.
Yes. Spying for the man.
Yeah.
TNSA.
Hey, Good Time, do you have a radio show?
Yes.
Or do you just call yourself
I've
that?
got a channel, Good Time Radio.
Oh, okay.
You have your, okay, great. Send us a link, or how do we get on?
Good Time Radio.
Good Time Radio.
Oh,
I
it's
guess.
on Vaughn. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's
All
cool.
right. It's 8:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 70 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. Very cloudy. Well, partly cloudy with a high of 88 and a low of 70
The
degrees.
sky is falling.
Yes, and
And whoever's doing that
very
damn Indian rain dance better stop or we'll kick your ass.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh, okay. I'll remember that.
because he'll be calling you.
I will play.
Play it,
I
baby.
will play that
Play it, baby. I love that Slim Whitman shit. Right, Good Time Radio? Don't you like Slim Whitman yourself? Look at that. Oh, really? Master Meatball says he has the same haircut as you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, he says Slim makes my brain explode. Yeah. Well, I like Slim Whitman. I don't know why, but I do. He was a bit of a classic. Actually, Elvis liked him too.
Oh, okay.
Elvis thought he was a genius. Then again, Elvis was a former drug addict, and I only say former because he's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you I saw that Aloha concert that he had, right?
Yeah. That's his last public
There's
appearance.
this thing up there. There's the yellow at the top.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. I see. I see your logo there. You're on. You're casting this morning. Good time.
Got any Sons of Irving singing?
Good morning, Volpa. Bye. Anyway, yeah, 24/7. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Now I know who you are. Yeah, I've seen that. All right, that's cool. It was an OxyContin Elvis was taking. Is that right? Did they even have OxyContin then?
Yes.
I thought that was a current drug. Yeah.
Wow.
Who made OxyContin very famous?
Rush Limbaugh.
Exactly. He made that more famous than he did his Republican nonsense. Which, by the way, you know, one of the stories today, believe it or not,
I don't believe it.
is yeah, you'll believe this, Ed. Is Obama says that that they are really caught up with making sure that Obamacare, they're like obsessed with that shit.
Oh.
What's up with that? Their only agenda is stopping stuff. It's the only thing that good Republicans are good at today. Just stop everything. Stop the government. End the government. No government. Screw everybody.
Yeah, let's just go to Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Let's follow Obama down into the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway. A lot going on already this morning. Is that right? 63 degrees and fog in Indiana. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, what can I say? I mean, it's foggy here too, actually. Weather is sticky and not so. What was the weather again? Derek?
Here it's 70 degrees outside.
It's 70 degrees. 70 degrees. That's what we got. That's what I have. 70 degrees and foggy. Well, guess what day today is? Guess what day today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day Wednesday. Oh, my Lord. Let's see if we can get through the rest of this week on a normal, even keel. I doubt it. By the way, you know, your friend Tommy, I was checking out his site today. He's in California. What happened? He moved there?
No, I don't think
He's got a
moved
condo, he said.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he must have moved. He probably must have moved there. I'm like, dang, this is gonna be messed up. Have to wait, watch. I'm gonna be like up in the 3 in the morning just to listen to his show. I'm gonna have to take a nap like during the afternoon or something.
Wow. Yeah. Kind of like what I do. Yeah. I don't know why he moved there. What's wrong with Atlanta? All right. I guess you're right. Yeah. I guess you're right to laugh at that. But I don't know why he would move to L.A. I mean, L.A. of all places. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in California only because there's too many earthquakes, and at this juncture, with all the shit that's going on in the world, all I have to do is move there and enjoy one day of beautiful sunset. Next thing you know, you have a major catastrophic earthquake, and LA floats away. I just don't like the idea. Yeah, the left coast. Yeah,
left coast.
Yeah, LA. Yeah. I just don't like the idea of walking on shady ground. Yeah. Well, a shaky ground, I should say. Anyway, Rudy Ford, where'd you go? I guess he left. Goodbye. I guess he'll be back. They have a smog in L.A. Oh, Rudy's back. Okay, Rudy, I thought you left. Glad you're back. Yeah, you're right. They do have fog in L.A. Those palm trees, I guess, don't suck up most of the carbon dioxide that's there.
It's not that type of tree. I guess it's not built for that. I mean, pine trees can do that because it has a lot of more roughage.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And regular oak trees and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess they can't grow there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, palm trees. I mean, it's there for like for tropical places, not for to filter out oxygen, that type of thing.
I was watching that other piece of shit show, Mix in the Morning, this morning.
Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, you're very humble, man.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm just like, I thought, when we have a lull, like when we're just like bullshitting on and not making any sense, just rambling like we are now, we're 100 times more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just sitting there, and it's like, they're talking about Daddy Longlegs and how when he was a kid, he used to pull the legs off, and kind of shit is that to talk about? Could anybody please help me out here? Am I nuts or what? I mean, is there something wrong with the idea of talking? It'd be like me talking about how many roaches I stepped on today. That would be more interesting.
That would be
Quite a few, by the way. Yeah, I have to really bomb this place. Seems like ever since that Ashley guy that brought us breakfast that morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ever since he left, they all moved in here.
Oh my goodness, that's
messed up. They said, well, no more food. I guess we'll have to go next door. Well, there isn't any food here either, so what the hell?
Yeah, I guess we're screwed then.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway, did you hear about that little 3-year-old kid in Michigan? Terrible news. And this is why I say it's not that I'm against guns, it's that I'm against stupid people that have guns.
Right.
That's what I'm against. Like everybody likes to say, it's not guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. You're right. A gun's not going to move itself and shoot you on its own.
Exactly. Someone has to pull the trigger.
Somebody has to pull the trigger.
Load the bullets in there and pull the trigger. Yeah.
Well, guess what? This father was so freaking irresponsible that he not only did he have a bullet in the chamber, but he had the freaking thing unlocked. And guess what happened? His little 3-year-old son got a hold of it, and here's the news. It says a 3-year-old boy in a small Michigan town was killed over the weekend when he accidentally shot himself in the head with a gun he found in the closet floor of his home. What's it doing on the floor? Why isn't it locked up? You got children in the house. The shooting death would undoubtedly renew the debate about gun safety, right?
Right.
Particularly after the boy's father took to Facebook calling for it. Of course, now that your kid is dead, now you're going to talk about it, right? I hope he goes to jail for a very, very long time for doing this kind of shit. The incident took place on Sunday at a home in Dundee near the Ohio border. Police said Damon Holbrook discovered the gun, which belonged to the family friend who was living in the house. Authorities told CNN affiliate that the family friend, Joshua Greenhill, had a concealed pistol license, and he put the .40 caliber handgun in the closet. It was loaded with a bullet in the chamber, but was not locked.
Okay.
3 other children were in the house at the time. Greenhill was charged with careless discharge of a firearm, a misdemeanor which carries a sentence of up to 2 years in prison or a fine of $2,000.
Wow. Okay.
He didn't speak to reporters after his court appearance on Monday. And of course, Dundee police said, we are working on more serious charges this time. We have not completed our investigation. After the shooting, Damon's father, Brian Holbrook, posted a message on Facebook. I have nothing wrong with guns. It's what this country was built on. Can't even speak English. I will still support the Second Amendment. All I ask is that everyone please Safety first, lock it up, and put it out of reach of everyone that has no business being around a gun, especially a kid. Is that even English?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Gun safety, people. My boy would still be here if it was put away like it should have been. No. Your kid would have been there if you didn't allow some schmuck to come into your house with a freaking gun. That's what would have happened.
Exactly.
Some reckless a-hole that was staying in your house. That's what would have happened. Your kid would still be alive. That other point that you're making is secondary.
Yeah. You're right. You got a point.
Anyway, in
about
early
beating
April,
them.
4-year-old boy in Tennessee shot and killed a 48-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
And just days later, a 6-year-old boy was killed in New Jersey after being shot in the head by his 4-year-old playmate.
That's true.
But despite the recent incidents, accidental firearm deaths are rare among children. Who cares? Tell that to the kid who's dead. Anyway.
What can you say? When Rudy Ford says maybe we should have to take a firearms test, like a driving test, in order to have a gun.
Yeah,
And Rudy Ford says maybe
that's
even
true.
IQ test. Yeah, you should. They should.
Firearm test, mental. I swear to you, mental health test.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if you have a condition like depression, I would wait. Like, I would have him evaluate a year later, see if the doctors still consider him under clinically depressed.
Yeah.
Before allowing anybody to get a gun. Look at what happened with this young man that just killed himself. This young actor.
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks my heart how terrible that.
Thompson Young. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, was it drug related, was it an overdose, but it said it was a gunshot wound.
Thanks,
or
Ed.
something. But,
Oh shit! I didn't even realize they did that. Oh,
but you know, but yeah, you gotta be careful though. You otherwise end up. You gotta be careful, otherwise you'll end up being in hot water. And speaking of hot water,
Yeah.
there's a flood warning issued for Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox counties. So if it's since it's going to be raining, especially today and the rest of this week, definitely those in Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox counties, definitely be careful and watch out for puddles because you don't know how deep they are.
Don't get away, your robbers.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of more hot water, I guess some breaking news is Cochrane is under a boil water advisory.
Oh. Which means?
Which means a public health advisory is currently in effect in Cochrane. So if you use city water, it's not considered drinkable.
Is that Cochrane or Cochrane?
Cochrane,
Oh.
like the lawyer, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Cochrane!
Yes, you should boil it before cooking it.
He fight for me!
The communication division of the Cochrane Police Department says that the city is under a boil water advisory. A school system employee and parents tell us that an automated call went out to the families of all students saying they should send bottled water with their children this week. It says police couldn't tell us the reason for the boil water advisory, but Monday night the city saw flash flooding as an evening deluge dumped enough rain to cause standing water that even seeped into some homes.
All this rain.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you all this rain that's happening on this southeast is just causing all kinds of craziness going on in that water. Who the hell knows?
Oh yeah,
Seepage.
I wouldn't be surprised because I've been getting some strange seepage and stuff. I don't know whether it was. I don't know if it like the septic tank overflowed or what.
It could be anything. I mean, you know, you think about it. All this water raining, and then that eventually that shit starts to wind up in the water that we drink. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how much
never
piss
know.
and urine and crap is floating in there now?
Yeah, I mean, Concor's not too far from Macon. It's about a hop, skip, and a jump away. Definitely.
I wonder how they got. I wonder how that town got its name.
I
Cochrane.
don't know.
It's all cock and he ran. I don't know. I'm just
Good
saying.
one. That's a good one.
Who the hell knows? Anyway.
Make you lose your lunch.
Yeah.
But at least not from this report right here.
Yeah.
There's a report right here that just referred that Georgia is the 20th most obese state.
Look at that. 20th most obese state, Georgia.
Yes, in the nation. Yes.
All that fried food.
WXIA, yes. It says a new report says 29.1% of adults in Georgia are obese, making the state the 20th most obese state in the country, reports Georgia Health News. It says the 2012 figure is slightly higher than the previous year's 28% for Georgia adults, according to a report for the Trust of America's Health and Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. It was later, back in 2011, it was the 24th most obese state. So I guess we gained some weight. I guess gained some momentum. No pun intended. 13 states have adult obesity rates that top 30%. 41 states have rates above 25%, and every state is above 20%. Wow. The Georgia adult rate follows encouraging data on childhood obesity in Georgia as well. So Atlanta's base Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently said that 19 states saw a decrease in obesity from 2008 to 2011 among low-income children from ages 2 to 4 years, and 1.6 percentage point decline in Georgia was bigger than anywhere else, except for the U.S. Virgin Islands.
I wonder how they got their name. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, that's a
It
good
must
question.
be yeah.
They're not virgins anymore, that's for sure. Those
Well, they
islands
was the really homely virgins. Like, put them on islands with them. They're not even cute enough.
That's like walking in a welfare office and saying, "Are there any virgins here?" It was funny.
Yeah.
They laughed.
Are there any sober people here? Is what you should ask.
Or going to a Texas chili cook-off.
I was there the other
Are there
day.
any vegans here?
I was there the other day, and they had this one cop. I
Yeah.
swear to God, he was wearing Pampers. That's how young he was.
Really?
Pampers?
Yep. He had a gun, he had his Glock, and then he had a taser. But it wasn't loaded, it was empty.
Mm-hmm.
The chamber of the taser was empty.
And
this
empty
lady
taser.
came in and had this big old knife in her pocketbook.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't let her in there. So he told her to go stand outside. The cop outside said, "No, you gotta wait inside."
Mm.
They didn't know what the fuck to do.
It sounds very familiar.
Mm.
Sounds very familiar. They give orders, I don't even know what the hell they're doing. But anyway, this is the way it is here. They're all confused. So look at what happened here with Al Tillman.
Mm-hmm.
We have an update on that. If you guys remember, Al Tillman is a guy that's been on our show. He's running for Bibb County Commissioner in District 9.
Yeah.
You had former Macon Police Department official Henry Gibson fighting this whole thing. By the way, he's gonna appeal.
Okay.
He's gonna go to Superior Court. But for now, Al Tillman will remain a candidate for Macon Bibb County Commission after the Board of Elections voted 4-0 on Tuesday. After unanimous vote, Macon Bibb County Commission candidate Al Tillman says he's ready to focus on the things that he says matters most. The people. We got to get back to doing the people's business. We got to help people find jobs. Got to be able to move our community forward, Tillman said. Tuesday, the Macon Bibb County Board of Elections decided that there wasn't enough proof showing that Tillman lived in a different district from the one he's running in. This is simply a waste of taxpayers' time and money. That's what I said.
Well, did you see that meeting? It was held in a cubicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big budget, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These shenanigans have
cooking with
got to
grease.
stop, Tillman said. I would ask my opponent and his friends to stay out of the race. And for my opponent to debate me openly and honestly, and when we disagree, let's be fair. The decision came after Macon City Councilman Henry Gibson claimed Tillman lived in District 8, where he co-owns a home with his wife. But Tillman provided photos, bank statements, and even power bills showing that he lived in an apartment in District 9 where he's running for office in June. Gibson is basing his claims from the homeowner's tax credit that's filed in the beginning of each year, where he said Tillman's address was in District 8. Gibson, who isn't running for a commission seat in District 9, said Tillman is trying to twist the law. Gibson says if Tillman can move to run for elected office, so can he. Will follow in the same direction as Al Tillman since they made the law, and whether they wanted to set a precedent or not, the precedent has been set. Gibson has 10 days to appeal in Superior Court. Now,
Just to make things perfectly clear.
Henry
Gibson we're talking about is not this Henry Gibson.
Okay.
It's an African American Henry Gibson.
let me just read what the hell I wrote yesterday in regards to this. Where I posted this on Facebook, and so far, I mean, just about anybody that could has been liking this. But I posted Gibson's ugly ass face along with Tim Lee's even more horrendous looking face. And I wrote and Beaker, you know Beaker, that puppet from yeah, Beaker, exactly. And I wrote, these are the faces of cronyism. Instead of allowing the people of District 9 in Bibb County to have a choice, James Timley wants to be given entitlement to take the seat as county commissioner for himself by giving you only one choice, himself. Instead of allowing an option to choose and vote between two candidates, Henry Gibson wants to ram this guy down your throat. He wanted Timley to run unopposed. This is why he chose not to run against his friend and buddy Timley. He wanted Timley to walk into office by entitlement. He already does this with his junk food that he sells on his food truck. Not giving you much of a menu choice, except selling unhealthy food to a bunch of drunk people on Cherry Street. Henry Gibson and James Timley insults the intelligence of the people and treats them as such. As though the citizens of Macon Bibb are a bunch of drunken and hungry fools not to notice the obvious. They somehow try to convince the people to think that this is the best choice that Macon Bibb has to offer. It is like the old socialist communist propaganda machine, where only one tyrant you have to choose from. And how ridiculous and how low can you go? And how stupid and blindsided do you think the people are? This is America, after all, and we are allowed a freedom of choice. It's not some socialist tyranny where the incumbent stays in power by force, which is exactly what James Timley and Henry Gibson are trying and have tried to do. By making an issue of Al Tillman's candidacy qualification, they crossed the line and showed their true intentions. There you have it. What can I say?
Wow.
These guys are trying. Here we have this guy, Henry Gibson, right?
Right.
Henry's not even running. Okay? So the reason why he's upset is because Timley would have gotten in because he was not going to run against his friend, so that his friend could walk in that office unopposed. There was nobody running against him.
Yeah, like a cakewalk, right?
Like a cakewalk. So now he's pissed off because whatever agenda he had, which I believe there was a quid pro quo going on. There's something that Henry Gibson is furious about because, by the way, it's all about him. It's always about him. It's always about Henry Gibson and what Henry Gibson can get out of this. Okay? So, Henry Gibson is not just doing it as we go, oh, I don't want to run against my buddy. No, I know my buddy's going to take care of my ass somewhere down the line. Okay? There is something going on here that is very, 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 very fishy. Why would you make a beef if you're not even running? Why would you make a beef and not allow a couple of candidates to run so that the people have a choice? There's just something going on that's very, very fishy. Now, you talk about a seafood platter. This is just as bad as anything that you could imagine. And it's blatant. It's shown right in our face. that they're trying to take over this candidacy and run with it. And not allow anybody to run. Try to make hay about nothing. What do you think, Derek? What do you think is going on here? What's obvious to you?
I think it's just going to be I think it's definitely a wing dang doodle brewing over in City Hall or in City Council right now. Definitely. I mean, you pretty much said it all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's much to add to it.
Right. And by the way, Vorpalbite, I'm glad you're keeping up. You're a pretty smart guy. Look at that. You know about this guy who did not disclose financial statement. By the way, it is a fact, and it is in law. They did not have to disclose it until September 2nd. That's what the law is. When they changed this whole freaking government to become consolidated, that went along with it as well. They extended that. So he does not have to pay a fine, and that he's still under the rightful deadline. And so that whole fine issue and that whole thing is about to go. He's going to fight that. Because the fact of the matter is that the deadline is September 2nd. So that... But I'm glad that you mentioned that because it goes to show you that we don't have such dumb people on our show. Kind of nice to know. Master Meatball, I love walking back into conversation trying to figure out who did who. Henry Gibson is doing Al. How'd that?
Yes,
or trying to do Al.
Yes.
Now, meanwhile, I'm serious. I'm furious. I'm upset because they're trying to sabotage our choice. It's not even about Al Tillman. First of all, he's not in my district, so I can't even vote for the guy. What I'm talking about is giving and allowing people to have a choice. But what this guy, Henry Gibson, wants to do is he wants his friend Tim Lee to run unopposed. Why would he do that? Because there is something going on that I know seems very shady to me. Not allowing choice, not allowing for the people to make a choice, and trying to sabotage Al Tillman's run for Macon Bibb. And the reason for that is because they know Al's going to win.
Really?
Because Al is, exactly, freedom. Yeah.
Oh.
It's believe my lies so you can prove differently, then I will spin it to make you look bad, world. Yes. Perfect. All in one sentence.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, this guy's a former Macon Police Department officer, so that goes to show you what I'm thinking.
You're talking about Henry Gibson. Yeah, he's a former police captain.
Former police captain. This is the same police department that has been rancidly, blatantly abusing the public here in Macon, Georgia. And that we discovered it, and now they're trying to play nice. But for many years, they've been nothing but a rancid bunch of people walking around bullying people here. Just like they do in New York. Yeah. That's what they do here. Now all of a sudden they're cooling off because they got exposed. It's still not cooling off that much.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true.
Who the hell knows? They're just better at hiding it now. So this is a former police captain here in Macon, Georgia. Am I supposed to trust him? I don't think so. I don't. I've made that very well known to the public. I fear more the police department than I do getting mugged in Macon, Georgia. I really do. You know? Every time I see a police car, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on now? I don't do that with people that walk around here. I never go and I see some people walking. Oh, well, what's going on? I never do that.
Yeah.
Why does that happen naturally to me?
Go figure, man.
Well.
Go figure. At least the muggers are honest.
Exactly. At least they're honest. Exactly. The muggers honestly want to mug you.
And Sabuk is Sabuk
Sorry.
says that doesn't mean there's no honor left. It's just not seen in public office anymore. But the lay person still has some.
Yeah.
Yes.
The wealthy always want to make it and take away our rights from the poor. It's true. The police are turning into bullies everywhere. Absolutely. There you go. I'm not the only one thinking this, folks. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one saying these things. Take a look at what's happening country worldwide. I mean, literally. You have police department now looking like an armed force. They got tanks now. They got
Depending on where you
SWAT teams. They got all sorts of shit going on. And I can understand the world has got more guns and more criminals or whatever. But
more
you
violent,
know what?
Yeah.
It was always there. We have the same amount of shit going on that we did before. The only
Just didn't have the equipment.
And, well, not only that, we didn't have all the social media that now we know just about, the size of somebody's anus already. Right, Titan Anus? Oh, you're not arguing.
Yeah. I was just thinking, it's funny you were talking about, stuff going on, violence and stuff. I had a story in Gainesville, Georgia. That says authorities said that the Gainesville police shot a woman. They say that struck two officers while trying to flee from a traffic stop in Gainesville. Police say the Gainesville officers were making a routine traffic stop on the woman when she tried to drive away, striking the officers around 4:30 a.m. Tuesday morning yesterday. Police say that the woman was shot and wounded. She was then taken into custody. Gainesville Police Corporal Kevin Holbrook tells the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that the officers had sustained minor injuries. The Times of Gainesville reports that the GBI is on the scene of the shooting near Skelton and Bowman Roads. The suspect's identity and condition are not immediately were not immediately available at this time. So maybe we'll have more updates on this later today.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, you talk about crime constantly rampant. Here in the town of McDonough, which is about what, about 30, 40 miles up.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere from going north towards Atlanta. It's actually a city before Atlanta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's McDonough, then Atlanta. Well, guess what? They stole 21 batteries from Park, Georgia school buses.
Wow.
I mean, these bastards, they had to have a lot of strength doing that.
Yeah.
You need a battery yourself, don't you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Henry County Sheriff's Office officials say they're searching for two men accused of stealing $5,000 worth of batteries from Park school buses. Authorities said Tuesday that 21 school bus batteries have been stolen from buses parked in several schools in the district beginning August 4th, the day before school began. Henry County Schools Director in Transportation Cliff Shearhouse says aside from essentially stealing from children who rely on school buses, the thefts cost the district a lot of time and money when the budget is already tight. Officials say one battery was even stolen from a bus that was parked at its driver's house. Officials say scrap metal yards should be on the lookout for people trying to exchange batteries for cash.
Wow,
They're
that's
stealing
really
batteries out of buses. Ain't that absolutely insane? Only in Georgia.
Yeah.
They'll
About
steal
schools.
anything. 2 guys here in Seattle got busted after stealing over 2 miles of copper wiring and light rail system. That's an everyday occurrence here in Macon, Georgia. What do you think happens to your houses when you go away on vacation? You come back and all your copper is gone and, right, Derek, along with your appliances?
Yeah.
Right here. You're a victim of that.
Yep. 7 years ago during the Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
Labor Day weekend.
And what happened with me when I was in the hospital and I got out and my lease was over, my freaking piece of shit landlord threw everything out. And within 10 minutes, everything was gone. They just looted that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the way people live here. They're looking out. See what they can get. I mean, you could throw out food that's old. Somebody will pick it up and steal it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crackheads, vultures, yeah.
No doubt. No parasites, yes, exactly. Speaking, I had some more stories about about Georgia and schools. I guess something about Georgia and schools is just, or school buses, school related, just seems to be just rampant.
Yeah.
As you know, later yesterday or early, I guess today, I guess you might say, Rufus Morrow was at work when he got a phone call about the worst news about shots fired at his daughter's elementary school in Decatur, Georgia.
Yes, I see that story, yeah.
And there was the suspect, is identified as Michael Brandon Hill, held one or two staff members in front captive for a time, the police chief said, making one of them call a local TV station. I guess he drove 90 miles an hour, supposedly, to Ronald E. McNair Discovery Learning Academy, where 800 or so students in pre-kindergarten through 5th grade had been evacuated yesterday in an Atlanta suburb. The police chief says this 20-year-old man with an assault rifle and other weapons was able to slip into the school where visitors must be buzzed in by staff. As officers swarmed the campus outside, the assailant shot at them at least for half a dozen times with an assault rifle from inside the school, and they returned fire, said DeKalb County Police Chief Cedric L. Alexander. The assailant, Hill, surrendered. No one was injured, thank goodness. Morrow said he almost cried as he told his supervisor why he needed to leave. He says, just the mere thought of what happened to that other elementary school happening here, it was just devastating to my soul. He said, referring to the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre in Connecticut in December. He wasn't the only one whose thoughts that when that shooting has dominated over arguments over gun control. Hill is charged with aggravated assault on a police officer, terroristic threats, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Police questioned the assailant for hours at headquarters. There was no information on a possible court date. Alexander said that the police were unsure of Hill's motive and that the assailant, who had an address listed in court records about 3 miles from the school in Decatur, had no clear ties to the school.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, schools are like the new frontier for criminals. Here we got another issue. Right here in Atlanta, Georgia, you have federal prosecutors say that 52-year-old former school employee has been sentenced to 15 years in prison on child pornography charges. Now, here's the thing with this story. This isn't about him going home and watching this shit. This is about him taking pictures and filming kids in the school bathroom. Officials said Thursday that John Ensley, a former DeKalb school employee, admitted to using hidden cameras to produce videos of students using a school restroom in October 2012. Ensley of Tucker, Georgia, also admitted to ordering DVDs and downloading videos of children engaged in explicit conduct. Ensley said some of the children featured in the video were younger than 12 years old. Ensley was ordered to serve a lifetime of supervised release and register as a sex offender. Oh, I don't know.
Boy.
Telling you, I mean, I don't know what's up with Georgia. Maybe I am better off going to California.
Hang with Tommy. Yeah.
Yeah, hang out with Tommy.
Yeah, so here's some more wing dang doodle stuff going on.
You got more?
Yeah, jury selection has began yesterday for the trial of a coastal Georgia teenager accused of gunning down a baby in a stroller.
Yes.
Public outrage in Brunswick forced the 18-year-old DeMarquise Elkins' trial to be moved to Cobb County, more than 300 miles from the scene of the crime. Prosecutors say that Elkins shot 13-month-old Antonio Santiago while trying to rob his mother. His 15-year-old accomplice's trial will happen later. The other teen is suspected to be the State Star witness. Investigators believe Elkins shot Santiago after the toddler's mother said she didn't have any money. The shooting made national headlines and even caused Brunswick's mayor pro tem to be arrested for obstruction and influencing a witness, according to the story.
Wow.
But wasn't this the same shooting that found out that the actually the husband of that woman?
You had a story that said that the woman did it for insurance purposes or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what
something like
Ed
that,
and
yeah.
we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that's not coming up, and the source to which that story came from is, it's not like a national news source. So unfortunately, they're probably not being given any kind of credibility for that. That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw where the story came from. And, it's one of those offbeat newspapers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Onion. But Onion is known to be fake, By the way, we had a teacher out here do the same thing, hang cameras on the desk for upskirt shots. That's Good Time Radio saying that.
Wow.
Rudy Ford said, my kid's school doors are locked from the inside. You have to be buzzed in at the door. Good. Good idea. Although, who knows? Who knows?
That's true.
And we got more here. We got more.
I got some others, I guess more of the details of the flooding that was going on in Cochrane.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says completely site over the last 24 hours in Cochrane, there were some signs of heavy floodings as the city's drainage system was able to catch up after a parade of heavy rain. This past, I guess since Monday, there have been saturated grounds, left the water nowhere to go but up. Michael Carr of Cochrane shared this homemade video, I guess, to one of the stations here in Macon as he drove around the water-stricken city. East Dyke Street, near the city's downtown area, seemed to get the worst of it. It says the last time we saw flooding like this was back in Albany in 1994. I guess this was during the 1994 flood, during the summer of 94. A lot of local people said they was wondering whether the water was going to rise. Cars were trapped in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot for fear of getting stuck in the high water. That's a lot of water. Mm-hmm. Front lawns were lakes and ponds. Some homeowners making the most of it, tubing on the rushing water as it sloped down the slopes of their lawn. As the creek subsided yesterday, it says that residents said it was still pretty high. Leftover debris lines in the banks, and customers were looking to eat fresh as Subway were turned away as owners worked to remove about 3 inches of fresh water from its dining area.
Yeah.
3 inches of water indoors. Jeez. It's supposed to open later today over the Subway there. And a year ago, Central Georgia was begging for rain as it was dealing with exceptional drought. But I guess, be careful what you wish for, I guess. Upson and Taylor counties had some issues of flood warnings, which they're still in effect, as I talked about earlier in the hour. And Upson County Emergency Management Director said the county has received over 5 inches of rain just on Monday alone. Several roads were closed Monday night, but they were reopened on yesterday. So it's been some serious rain that's been going on a lot. Well, not rain, but flooding just in Cochrane. So hopefully the rain has subsided, at least for there. That's all I have, at least for as far as updates on flooding.
Well, there we go. Heavy rain. Oh, that's back in Cochrane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we got more murders and homicides going on. A Houston County Sheriff's Office. The Houston County Sheriff's Office has arrested Thomas Kelly and Coleman Crouch in connection with the murders of 2 people Monday in a home on Chadwick Road. Kelly and Crouch are being charged with murder and hindering apprehension. The names of the victims have not yet been released. Police on Monday said the 2 men were shot dead at the home. Then their bodies were dumped in a wooded area about 5 miles away. near the intersection of Highway 41, Highway 49, and North Houston Lake Road. Neighbors told WXGA the house was a rental home that many people lived in. They said occupants of the house would speed down the street, rev up cars, peel out the driveway, play loud music, and shout and argue. It sounds like Justin Bieber's house.
Yeah.
Earlier on Monday morning, a man who lived in the home crashed a truck into a drainage ditch and knocked down a neighbor's mailbox. Investigators said Monday they learned of the double murder around 5 a.m. and didn't know if the crash was connected with the shooting. Investigators said they discovered the victim's body around noon Monday. They have it, these two bozos right there. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine having them shit as neighbors?
I don't even want to fathom that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is small town news. It is, Rocco. But this small town is really a city. Would you believe it?
Yeah.
It's just got a small town mentality.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's big. It is a city, but with a small town mentality. It just has like these fantasies of Mayberry.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no one has given the people the memo that Mayberry didn't have Facebook. So
Yeah, really. No. Mayberry. Did Mayberry ever even really exist?
Yeah.
You think? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe some.
But it was.
But I bet you got a Mayberry, and if you were, a horse of a different color, they'd be treating you like these eyes have, these hills have eyes situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Small little towns that were all like, sweet and nice. Yeah, they were sweet and nice because they were all alike.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid that you moved in out of place. You'd be like, they wouldn't bring you a pie. They'd cut you up in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was ever a good Mayberry.
Wow.
I don't know of any. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I'll tell you, we had a nice neighborhood, but boy, if you didn't know them, forget about it. You got to be part of that clique. It's just like everywhere else,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised.
You got something there, Derek?
Yeah, I was just trying to find something here. There was a story. Excuse me. A man that was beaten, dragged the vehicle before driven away, according to witnesses. Says
Yeah.
2 men beat a man with bricks in their hands just before 7 p.m. this past weekend before dragging him to a vehicle at the 3500 block of Log Cabin Drive and driving away, according to a Macon police report. 2 witnesses reported the alleged kidnapping to police. One witness told the police that he knew of a guy that known as Little D was walking down the road and asked if he could stand on the sidewalk in front of his house to wait for a ride.
Yeah.
While Little D waited, a green Ford Explorer pulled onto the street and Little D started running, according to the report. The 2 men chased Little D in the yard, assaulted him, and took him away in the vehicle. Police found blood in the area where the man and the woman said Little D was attacked. They also found a pair of blue jeans, shorts, and a shoe, which witnesses said he left behind, according to this. Witness also said he heard the men accusing Little D of stealing TVs from their sister, according to the report. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to call the police at 751-7500 or Macon Regional Crime Stoppers at 877-68-CRIME.
Now, if you think that these things don't go unnoticed, once again, this is another horror show going on. We're bringing all this to light because this is what's happening worldwide. About this young man that was killed in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay? And, of course, what was the reason behind that?
Yeah.
Was because, according to the police, in asking these kids the question, why did you do it? What was the motive? And the kids were like, oh, we were bored.
Oh, you're talking about the Australian kid that was killed by the 2... Yeah.
The Australian kid.
Yeah.
Now, guess what's happening now?
What?
Check this out. They were younger than him, just teenagers who were driving around, apparently bored, and looking for somebody to kill, according to the police in Duncan, Oklahoma. The indiscriminate shooting of Christopher Lane, a 23-year-old Australian who was living his dream of studying in the United States on a baseball scholarship, has repulsed many in his home country and led to calls for the Australian tourists to boycott the United States. It's another example of murder mayhem on May Street. Former Australian Prime Minister Tim Fischer told CNN's Piers Morgan, people thinking of going to the USA for business and tourist trips should think carefully about it, given the statistical fact that you are 15 times more likely to be shot dead in the United States than in Australia per capita per million people. Police say Lane was on one of his regular runs through what was described as an affluent town in Duncan on Friday around 3 p.m. local time when a car carrying 3 teenagers drove up behind him. They pulled up behind him and shot him in the back and then sped away, said Captain Jay Evans of Duncan Police Department. It could have been anybody. And it's such a random act.
Mm-hmm.
Former Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, there was deep-seated anger this time. It was indiscriminate nature of the attack that has shocked many in Australia. One local newspaper under mugshots of the 3 suspects, aged 15, 16, and 17, ran the headline, Faces of Evil. The teens, American police say, shot our star. At the time of the writing, the Facebook page set up in his honor, rest in peace Christopher Lane, had more than 46,000 followers, many of whom described the murder as a senseless and tragic. Lane grew up in Oak Park, a northern suburb of Melbourne in the southern state of Victoria. He showed sporting talent early on and started playing t-ball, the Little League version of baseball, at the age of 7, according to baseball club president Tony Cornish. It shocked our world. The baseball community in Australia is a tight-knit group. Most ball players know most ball players, and everyone's shattered. Cornish said Lane was a very good athlete who could have been played in the Australian rules football, but chose baseball because it offered him a chance at college education in America. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's just straight up. It's big time tragic. I mean, this is a guy who didn't bother anybody. I mean, mind his own business. You know, had a scholarship, and what happened? Some little snotty nosed punks just took it away from him. Just took it all away. His scholarship, his life, everything. And
I don't know. High Islands Patriot.
I mean, it just. I mean, I know that they're teens and people, but I just they gotta walk that green mile. There's nothing else. There's no way in the world you could justify that. I was bored. Well, get a hobby. Jeez. Learn. I mean, you know. I mean, don't you have any Xbox games to play and stuff? Or,
yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know, wiffle ball or something, or backgammon, anything.
I mean, they had a car. Can't you take that car, go drive somewhere, go to a beach or go do something?
I mean, freaking go to Burger King or something.
I
mean,
wish
my
I had a
goodness.
car. I ain't got a car.
I just boy, I want to kill somebody. Why you want to go kill? You just can't get any hobbies anymore. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, Manny, you're right. The idiots were asked why they shot him. They said they were bored and had nothing else to shoot. Vobobite asked you, Derek, did those snotty nosed punks know their victim or know about the victim? Because it sounds like it was jealous of it. He said no, they didn't know him.
They didn't know him because they were 15, 16. I mean, plus, he was Australian. These guys were just a bunch of local punks. You know, just wanted to pick some random victim and stuff, and they thought, you know.
There we go.
It's just BS.
When we come
Randy
back,
Orton. Yes.
we'll find out who the hell this guy Randy Orton is, and we're living in a world of Orton. What is that all about?
The new WWE champion.
Oh, is that
He
it?
put Daniel Bryan in the RKO.
Is that really him, or is he just stealing his name?
It's probably still his name, but I don't know if it's really. If RKO, Randy, if it is you, man, kind of hook me up with some tickets for WrestleMania next year. I'm just asking. Didn't need to ask.
Derek likes fake sports.
I mean, it's going to be in New Orleans. I'm just saying. I've never been to New Orleans. That'd be a good way to go to New Orleans.
Oh, thanks, Rocco, for filling us in.
Randy
He says he has some new Blog TV slime ball. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back. We got something, right, Ed? Ed's
Yeah.
always got something up his sleeve.
Yep, it's 9:02.
That's nice.
Welcome to Up Next. My name is Irving Martinez. I'm your host for today. And we're here in beautiful downtown Macon at JD's Drama and Dinner Theater, sitting in Stella's Corner. And here, today's guest is the wonderful former state senator, Miss Miriam Parris. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Irving.
Good to have you here, dear.
It's good to be here. Thank you so much for inviting
And
me.
I know there's a lot on your plate right now, even though, of course, you're not in the state senate. But a lot of things that are happening here in Macon. Are you excited about that?
I really am excited. You don't have to be elected to continue to serve. I'm just pretty much off the job, but still about people's business. So I'm very excited about the happenings that are going on in Macon and the people's excitement about what's going on in Macon as well.
And consolidated government, of course, is now coming into play.
Yes.
And how do you think that's going to run? And I'll have a couple of questions regarding that. But I think I'll start with the school system, since that is really the heart of the big change. And how do you propose, or how do you think the school system is going to function under consolidation?
Well, we've always been, it's always been Bibb County. You know, the whole system was under Bibb County Board of Education. I think that we now have someone that is local and that understands our local politics. Steve Smith, I think, will do a fine job. I think it was just important to have someone at the helm that has some skin in the game. And now we have someone that does, and he understands the real challenges that our Board of Education has been facing. And together with the board, they now see eye to eye, I believe. And I think that they're really going to do a good job. And that's really important for Bibb County. And that's important for our growth as well as our success. If our schools are not operating at an optimum, then, you know, the whole thing is just, it's almost pointless.
Now, do you think that, you mentioned the word politics, do you think that politics is too involved in the current school system or in the past? Political influence?
Well, I think that politics, in the sense of them creating policy and being able to carry it out, that's what I mean by politics there. I think now that we have, like I said, someone that is local and they understand the problems that we have previously faced and the urgency of correcting those problems, I think that now we stand in a far better shape than we were with our previous administrator.
Yeah, so that's some good news for Macon Bibb, of course.
Yes.
The school system is really one of the issues that a lot of people thinking about moving in would look at. Young
Absolutely.
families, the one thing that they would be concerned with is the school system.
Right.
What do you propose to those out-of-towners who are going to come into Macon Bibb? What would you say to them if they consider Macon Bibb as part of their moving in with the school system at its current? Do you think that's something that Macon Bibb has to offer?
Macon formerly had the slogan, Macon on the move. And I believe now, with consolidation, a new leader at the Board of Education, as superintendent, and some new faces on the board as well, is going to re-energize that slogan. Macon's going to be back on the move. We've had a lot of competition out there. Houston County has been blowing our lights out as far as education is concerned. And now we, I think, have an opportunity with some new elected officials, with this new superintendent. We've got some new board members on there. It's all about implementing change. And I know people don't like change, and it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but the bottom line is anything that stays the same is stagnant. It's dying. It's not growing. And that's not what we want to do. We want to grow. We want to change. We want to evolve as the time goes on. And I think that's what's going to happen for us. And I think in a few years you'll see consolidation is not, and will not be the boogeyman hiding in the back of the closet waiting to jump out at us that people have professed it to be.
Now, on speaking of consolidated government and the current candidates, are you satisfied or at least encouraged by the current crop of candidates that we have running for mayor and the Bibb County Commission?
Well, in the mayor's race, you've got a lot of recycled candidates that are running. That's what democracy is about, though. It is about people running for office. And I've never understood when politicians get angry with someone running for their seat or running for a particular office. People are supposed to. We would hope that those people would certainly check their qualifications themselves before they put themselves into the ring. However, that's not a requirement, and that's not a legal issue. So anybody that wants to run, as long as they fit the age limit, it's pretty much a go. On the mayor's race, it's okay. I think we're going to pan out all right there. I think we're going to elect a Democrat, and I certainly urge that. And with the commission races, you know, it was a silver lining when they created this injunction on the decision for the elections not to be held in July, and you know they were fighting the nonpartisan piece. Well, the silver lining was we got more people to come into the races. And I think that it's a travesty when a person just walks back into office, especially when they're not doing their job. And we've had some people like that, and it's very important that we just, you know, put people up. I mean, you know, it keeps politicians on their toes. And as a former politician, you know, I'm very much aware of that. You've got to be on your game, and you've got to be doing the people's business. If you don't, they get complacent.
So you have hope that things, the old guard will be gone, and hopefully we're going to get some fresh blood in, and Macon's going to continue to move forward.
I am hoping that the voters of Macon and Bibb will really take hold and grasp this moment, seize the day to bring about change, positive change to Macon politics. That's one thing that has seriously held us back as far as economics is concerned. Economic development. You take when industries or even other business people looking to just replace themselves, or you know, as far as moving to another place, when they look at moving to a region or a county, they're going to look at the educational system, and they're going to look at politics. And when they Google, which today that's very popular amongst those of us that are living in the 21st century, when they Google your area and they see that your politicians can't get along with the leaders, that the Board of Education is not producing the type of numbers that they want to see on the...
All righty then.
And there you have it, or at least part of it. That was
we continued on
yes.
this break.
Yes.
Bob might be out there watching because they just messaged him told me playing. So Bob, if you're out there, hope you.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. But I wasn't allowed to smoke. I had to go outside. Yeah, I kept going outside and smoking before we started. But we'll pick that up later on if we can. Thank you, Ed.
Smoking a big fat cigar.
Yeah. It would have been better if I was smoking a joint.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been much better. Yeah. Irving R. Murrow.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that movie was actually playing this past weekend on Balance TV. Yes.
Yeah. It was, and the guy looked like Edward R. Murrow. Of course, not in the close-up, but, you know, it's always an angle.
Trick photography.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was fun to do. I'm asked to do it again. Hopefully, Edward R. Martinez. Yeah, my brother. Yeah. But hopefully I'll be asked to do it again. I was asked to do it again. It's just a matter of when. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'll have like a Henry Gibson. Wouldn't that be fun, Anthony?
Yeah.
By the way, that schmuck wants to appeal. He's going to Superior Court, appealing this whole thing without. So, quite unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. That's our country as a whole. We are all one of Gravestone. The city of Wadsworth designed after the city of the dead in Egypt. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting, Manny. Information. Good morning, Iraq. Iraq Wildcat is with us. Thank God we got more mods. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Not such a bad time we had, right, Derek?
No, not a bad time. I mean, it was a very nice little atmosphere at the building, at the place.
Yeah.
I was really, really astonished with the equipment that they had. I mean, they had. I mean, it was. I mean,
besides her daughter who was there.
Yeah.
The equipment that she had, right?
Yes. Well, yes, it was quite stunning.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the electronic equipment that they had there was quite astounding.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you didn't have like a whole warehouse full of stuff. You know.
No.
You just had like really no more than maybe 2 or 3 laptops like we have here.
Right.
And a more advanced microphone and
a
nice
bigger camera.
Camera. Actually, they had 2 cameras.
Yeah.
They had 2 cameras hoisted just to go from scene to from shot to shot.
Right.
And one of the guys, I think his name is Justin, I want to give thanks to him for giving me the information. He has some type of software where you could actually use your keyboard, your laptop as a mixing board, where you can go from shot to shot as they were used in that footage, and it was quite impressive.
Yeah, well,
very professional.
Just to let you know, one of our mods is not coming back. We received news via Facebook that she will not be back. Michelle Stacy. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I'm not sure, but who cares? At this point, I can't force anybody to come on the show. So, I wish her all the luck in the world. She's a sweetheart, good person. But obviously, she wasn't able to handle the pressure of being a mod. And people take this kind of whole thing like it's so important to their lives, which is why I keep doing this show, because obviously there are some people who really their whole world revolves around this kind of medium. To me, I don't get it. I mean, I get off of Facebook. And I put on stuff on Facebook, and then I get off, and I could be off of Facebook for days, and I worry, and I gotta get on Facebook, But some people, they live off of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got Mark Zuckerberg being on television just about every freaking day now,
yeah,
talking about just about anything, I mean, I mean, we're in trouble. I mean, this is the focal point of our lives right now. Look at what happened with the father. The kid found a gun on the floor and shot himself. That 3-year-old that we just wrote. Mm-hmm. What's a father do? He gets on Facebook. Starts writing on Facebook. What happened with the girl that was kidnapped?
Right.
Hannah. Which I still say I'm a little leery about this whole thing with Hannah. Not to say anything, but I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right. What's she do? Instead of mourning quietly, she gets on Facebook. What happened with this guy over here that shot and killed his wife and then gets on Facebook and said, "Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to jail."
Yeah,
I mean, what the hell is going on?
A lot of people just losing it. They're losing it, flipping out. I mean, basically, social social media is part of their life, and it's basically has compelled them, has overwhelmed people. And
ego. You're right, Tower. I mean, there's just something going on in this world where everybody has to be, everybody like Jimmy Durant.
Everybody got to get their 15 minutes,
Of fame. No, and Jimmy Durante said it best many years ago. For those of you old enough to even know who the hell he is, he said everybody has to get into the act. Everybody has to get in. I mean, God help you if you just stood there humbly and shut your mouth, not said anything. God help you.
Yes.
I mean, there's some people that like be going to hell. No, I don't want to go to hell. I got to say something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, Warhol said it best. I mean, Warhol, by the way, I told you my story with Warhol. I got my 15 minutes of fame with Warhol because while I'm walking with him, everybody's staring at me like, who the hell is that guy talking to?
True. It's very true.
Yeah.
Yes, I was trying to look for some.
Rocco, keep your mouth shut because you're the last freaking guy who ought to be talking. At least I don't get it on the show all freaking skunk drunk falling off my chair like a stupid ass. Make an absolute asinine piss off piece of crap of myself. So you're the last guy that ought to be talking. I still like that you're on. And by the way, yeah, she left because of you, Rocco, I'm sure. When everyone thinks they are talented or important, then nobody is talented and important. What? Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
Yeah, I was just checking out this one story. It's something out of left field, like they do in the Ricola commercial. Ricola.
Ricola!
Yes.
Anyway. That is what my dad always felt. What? When everyone thinks that they are talented or important, then nobody's talented. Very good. I mean, that's a good statement.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why so many segments of the entertainment.
I mean, look at this guy, this Kenny Evans guy, this Stuttering John, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you let out of the bag. I told you not to say anything. Of course, leave it to Anthony. If you tell him don't do something, guess what he does?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. He's like that little kid. Don't go over there. You'll be like, screw you, I'm going to go over there. Yeah. But, no. He puts on that he's a stuttering guy. I told him not to say anything. It was funny.
About John Hernandez, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Anyway, look at what happened with that guy, Kenny Evans. Getting on Facebook, browbeating or trying to browbeat. Yeah, I know you never mentioned. But he knew I was the only one that knew it because he was the only one. I was the only one that he called at frickin' 11 o'clock at night berating. Going back, what the hell was I saying? Something about the schmuck, Kenny Evans. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's so important. He has to interject.
Yes.
Every post that anybody puts out. Now you take a look at this issue. Okay, here's a guy who's a stutterer. Here's a guy who's been made fun of his whole life. Here's a guy who doesn't make a lot of friends because he's too embarrassed to talk to them. So what's he do? He lets it out through some other medium. He wants to feel important. He has low self-esteem about himself. So what's he do? He makes all these freaking posts on Facebook trying to interject himself in shit that he has no business getting into because he doesn't even live in a freaking area. But he wants to be important. You take a look at Facebook. And you take a look. Every time somebody gets on, they, what do you mean they kill Kenny? The hell are you talking about?
Oh, the guy from South Park.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny! You bastards!
Well, again, yeah, God forbid. Oh, South Park. Okay, he just explained it. But check it out. That is a fact. You take a look at Facebook, right? Somebody writes on your post. Let's say you write a post that somebody disagrees with.
Mm-hmm.
You get on that Facebook, and you tag their name, and you go and you look at their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell right away how many friends they got. Where they come from. What's that all about? It's probably one person that has like 10 friends. None of them mutual. And all they want is attention. Because they know, they read your Facebook, and they know that you got 2,000 friends. And so they say, shit, if I get on his, I'll ride on his freaking dovetail.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get my name out there real like that.
Yeah.
My Facebook has almost 2,000 friends. Half of which I don't know from jack shit. They just would friend me.
Yeah.
I don't friend anybody.
I mean, I have a good chunk of my friends are either friends that I knew back from college, high school, middle school, elementary school.
Right.
And relatives. I mean,
Right.
I have a huge, extended family.
I would say out of my 2,000 friends, I probably know about 1,000 of them. I'm serious, because believe me. Or they know me.
I don't have 2,000. I got like about 16, 1700.
And the thing is, you're right, the fewer the better. And the funny thing about it is that out of those 2,000 friends, I'm talking about at least because my Facebook is open to the public. You could see it anywhere. It's open country. I probably have, Charles Sandifer alone as a friend, it's got close to 20,000 people. So God only knows how many people see my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that puts anything on my wall or on my site or responds to my shit is being looked at worldwide. This isn't something that's just between friends. And so you've got a lot of these low self-esteem scumbags getting on, trying to make a name for themselves with their big fat ass ego, because they have low self-esteem, and try to make hay on Facebook.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Definitely. It's really. Facebook seems to be like the catalyst for some of these crazy things going on right now. Matter of fact, I got a really hot burning story news right here. I don't know I think it's he may have the video for this.
Yeah. Hey Ed, I think we're frozen.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's 9:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, Macon, Georgia. It's somewhat partly cloudy. The sun's trying to compete against the clouds. It's 72 degrees with a high of 88 and a low of 70. There will be some thunderstorms, even if we have a little bit of sunlight. But just keep your umbrella handy. I have like this one story which is like making some serious news about Caitlin Hunt, a gay Florida teen. Caitlin Hunt's fate lies in the judge's hands after a plea deal was pulled. Basically, Caitlin Hunt, an 18-year-old, has been booked but can go free if she comes up with a bail. She was 18 when the other girl was 14 when the girl's parents went to authorities. Prosecutors say that Hunt violated a no-contract order with texts and meetings with the girl, a plea that has been rescinded, and her bond should be revoked, according to the prosecutors. But the question is asked that should she be headed to jail? Now, the relationship was basically this teenager, Caitlin Hunt. She's 18 years old. She's an 18-year-old lesbian, and the girl she was messing with was 14. The young girl's family said the relationship was sexual, and Hunt's family said the relationship was consensual, but under Florida law, a 14-year-old can't give consent. Basically,
jail for sure. What's the difference?
Yeah, but the thing is, her parents are trying to basically the case has gained national attention because when Hunt's family went public on Facebook after she was charged, said that the daughter's case was essentially accusing the victim's family of going after her because she's gay. But it really has nothing to do because she's gay, because she committed,
she's a pedophile.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If Caitlyn was an 18-year-old boy messing with a 14-year-old girl, he'd be put under the jailhouse. But the thing is, regardless of your sexuality, statutory rape is statutory rape.
You're right, Manny. If it was a guy, he would already be in jail.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if he was a guy, but let's put it this way: what are they doing? Bumping pussies?
Bumping donuts, Yeah.
But
Stop the hate, free Kate. That's been the cry from the Hunt family, who allege 18-year-old Kate is being treated unfairly for having underage sex with a 14-year-old because they are lesbians. The victim's parents told us they pressed charges to protect their daughter, not because of a gay-straight issue. Still, Kate's message became a celeb cause and spread worldwide. Today, on her 19th birthday, a gift from the state. Kate can be free. Sort of. If Kate signs the latest plea agreement, pleading no contest to lesser charges of 2 counts of battery and interference with child custody, she gets 3 years probation. No jail or prison time, have no felony conviction, no sex offense charge, no sex offender registration, no community control.
I believe 9 of them were school employees. I've been trying to contact the school district attorney.
In court today, Hunt's attorney Julia Grave made no move to accept the deal on the table. She doesn't have to. There's no deadline set by the state on the new deal. So why would the prosecutor, after saying their office would fight to convict Kate Hunt, now offer Kate another deal? In the plea agreement, Assistant State Attorney Brian Workman writes, "I believe this is a fair offer, intended to protect the victim and her family while taking into account the defendant's future. After her probation, Kate's criminal history would be expunged or sealed. If she goes to trial, she faces 15 years in prison if convicted."
I wonder if she's related to Mike Hunt.
Ouch. Ouch.
Let's see. Get on with sex offenders. Cut off a clit as punishment.
Send it to ATT.
Wow. 14-year-old kid cannot decide a sex act that another girl is proper. She used this poor 14-year-old for her own predatory desire. And look at her texting as she leaves the court out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you something, okay? I don't know if y'all know this, but, a woman, when she has her first time period, about 12 years old, because that's the way we originally were, only to last about 40, 40s. So they originally, women had children at 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. All right, so technically, if you're going by history and the cycle of man, this is just a law that was written.
Yeah.
If you're going by the law of civilization,
well,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, here's the problem I'm having with all this. Number one, in other countries, they would consider 14-year-olds an adult, right?
Yeah, because they're going by biologically.
By biological. Okay.
Right.
But in this case, you have a double standard going on. You have, number one, if that was a guy, he would have been in jail. Period.
Wouldn't have been no court.
Okay. But then you have that other issue of, well, she's 14 years old. Like I said, in other countries, she'd be considered an adult.
Yeah, basically, if there's grass on the field, play ball.
I have a feeling this all has to do as well with the fact that it was lesbian sex, and the parents are furious about that as well. So it's more than just, oh, my daughter's 14 years old. If you were so freaking concerned about your daughter having sex, what is she doing with this woman? How much time did you allow her to have? That you can't keep an eye on your freaking 14-year-old kid. I don't know. Yeah. Am I right? Look at the history of Egypt. You're right. I agree, blah, blah, blah. If that grass needs to be mowed, then it's your job to cut it. Say that line for me, DB. Go ahead.
What?
I don't know.
What, fisher than a seafood platter?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Let me see. I told you, Nick knows about 14-year-olds. All right, Rocco, whatever. If any 18-year-old had sex with my daughter or son, 14, I will press charges. And he says, I like DB's quotes. Ironic again, men who wrote these laws bedded 14-year-old girls regularly. It's true. Mm-hmm. All the judges and all that shit. Yeah. You know, all these judges, you know, it's funny. If you're like a cop or a judge, nobody goes near you. God only knows what happens in your home. Because nobody's going to want to know what the hell a police officer does when he gets home. They don't really want to know because they're afraid they're going to get arrested for stalking. So all these people live all these kind of like really covert lives. Mm-hmm. You know, the judges, the lawyers, the freaking police, everybody that has to do anything with law enforcement or getting your ass sued or go to jail. They probably live like triple lives. Mm-hmm. You know, and meanwhile, the regular lay person is the one that gets screwed over.
Yeah.
The NSA sneaks up on us and shit.
Yeah, definitely. No bones about that.
Well, that's true. The Vatican said that the age consent is right out of the womb.
My goodness. That quick?
Yeah.
That early?
Yeah, you see that? I work with cops and they are evil, vile things. Yeah. You're right, Lord. You know what I'm talking about. This is no secret.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to low self-esteem. Why would you take a job with a gun to try to stop crime? It's not because you're like a Superman. Oh, I love people and I want to keep them safe. Bullshit. You want to have some freaking control. You want to have the legality to shoot, to kill. Mm-hmm. That's really all. You want that freaking power of a gun and I'm going to shoot that son of a bitch and I'm going to get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I was just reading one of the comments, at least from the CNN story from about this case. The link I'll give the link to you later.
No, I know. I know they're
weird.
Not all bad people. I'm not saying that.
Trix NC, I guess Trix, North Carolina, was basically saying a sexual predator is a sexual predator no matter the orientation. Yeah. And Go Away Obama, the one he says. Exactly right. As soon as this case broke, the older girl's parents have been all over the news screaming that their daughter was being persecuted for being gay. That's a joke. 18-year-old, 19-year-old boys have been going to jail for decades because of violating these age of consent laws. It's one of the first things a man teaches his son. Stay away from jailbait, no matter how good she looks or how much she begs. Stay away. The girl's parents are the ones that made this whole thing about her being gay, and because of it, she was offered an extremely lenient deal with no jail time. No 18-year-old boy would have been offered that kind of a deal, and she still screwed that up by violating the terms of her bail by texting to her and all this stuff.
Yeah.
She obviously has no respect for the law. She needs to be punished.
Well, it goes back to the argument, you know, whether it's sex, because she's using her tongue, which is not considered it's not considered a sexual organ. Mm-hmm. You know, so technically, you know, all she's doing is what? Lap dogging her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, so, basically oral
So
sex.
maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I mean, you ask me. I mean, you tell me rather. If she's trying to cherry stem in the mouth, yeah.
She trying to.
I'm just saying.
She
think
may
about
have the
this
skills
for a minute.
Though. I mean,
if it's a guy, he's got to stick his genital in her genitalia or whatever, or backward.
And ATT's right. It says.
But a tongue, does that consider a sexual organ? It's probably the reason why. And the finger is not a sexual organ.
Yeah, double standards are never fair when it comes to law. You're right, ATT. Yeah, so there's a lethal weapon for anus, but that's the thing. I mean, I guess you're right. It depends on what type of sexual act. I mean, you talking about actual sexual intercourse between the reproductive organs?
Right.
Or are you talking about oral or anal?
And that was the thing. That was the argument during the time with Clinton, was that whether oral sex was considered sex.
Yeah.
You remember that whole shit? It was all over CNN.
Yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Yeah.
I think I'm being set up here.
And I did not spew any sperm on her. It fell on a dress.
That's just how I roll.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
his cigars did.
I don't know. Well, yeah, who knows?
Wow, crazy
But
stuff.
all I know is that it may not be considered sex. Who knows why? More cowbell. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. I don't know what that's
Oh
coming
man.
Good morning, Zappa One. All right, let's say hello to all these scumbags that are on.
Okay,
and-
good. All these
and
scumbags.
scum-
Okay.
and all these scumbagnesses.
All right, here we go.
All these women.
Hello, DS Photo Guy.
Good morning.
You're a Wildcat ATT. I'm so horny. What? Yeah, is this real? Jessica 13, 1955. Knucklehead Irv. Lord of Lycans. Manny Nical 3000. Rocco S. Snake. Scorpio Pio. Tofa Vorbite 2. Yuck Foo Zappa 1. Bubblecox More Cowbell. Rudy 4. And Tower London. And also Saibuki, who was here earlier today.
Yeah. And so is Good Time Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, he left. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little rough on the edges there, but anyway, let me see. Clinton was a horn dog, but with that dyke like Hillary for a wife, he deserves some strange. Yeah. Whatever. Derek Durante. That's what I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Michelle Stacy's a Planned Parenthood.
Speaking of throwing somebody under the bus, it seems I got a story that says that Obama throws Bo under the doghouse. Now, what is this going on?
This is another bullshit story.
Oh, it says that the president announced that his family have a new dog. They named Sonny. Yes. There had been rumors around the White House.
Oh, shit.
There had been rumors around the White House that Bo will be resigning soon and returning to private life. The president's political advisors see Bo as a liability. He's a little big, and again, the White House staff is myth that...
You know, you make me hate Obama.
Bo insists on taking the solo fight over to Martha's Vineyard.
Here we go.
Over my objections. Sasha Malia, go to bed.
Yeah.
An unnamed source confirmed that Bo is the leading suspect in the disappearance of all the contraceptives from the White House.
What? This is a bullshit story.
Oh, this got to be a BS story.
Yeah,
Hey, come on, what kind of
stories?
This is some hogwash.
Yeah.
Who
sent that to you, Ed?
Yeah.
Oh, go figure.
Okay, in other
Mr. Anti-Obama. Guy can't stand Obama.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so
here's some more legitimate news right here. Mercer welcomes biggest class in school history.
There we go.
Yes, the academic year is officially underway at Mercer University this week, as the largest freshman class in the school's history gathered this past afternoon, earlier this week, for the yearly fall convocation in Willingham Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
The record number of students couldn't come at a better time for Mercer, with all the exciting events coming up, like the new Cruz Plaza in the center of campus, and of course the first football game since 1941.
Wow.
University President William Underwood says the convocation is one of his favorite events of the year, where incoming freshmen learn what it means to be a Mercer Bear. Bear Beginnings, or orientation, kicks off this Saturday with check-in and the official class photo. Then a house party Saturday night at Willingham Hall, where students will meet their advisors and peers. So congratulations to the welcoming freshmen coming in, start their college years over at Mercer. I hope you have a great time. I have a younger cousin over at Mercer right now. She's I think she's a junior.
No.
Yeah, she is a junior, so hope she's doing well in her classes. Also,
and we're talking about Obama for a minute.
Yes.
I want to stick with that because remember that clown that they had in the rodeo?
Yeah.
Guess what they're having him do now?
Well, what are they doing now?
They're having him take sensitivity training. And this is bullshit. You talk about freedom of speech getting rammed down some pipe somewhere and flushed. State Fair's response to the uproar of a rodeo clown's mockery of President Obama is creating an uproar of its own. From now on, the Missouri State Fair won't allow any rodeo cowboys or clowns from the state's association to take part unless they all undergo sensitivity training. And that's just part of the fallout from the Saturday incident in which a clown wearing an Obama mask held a broom descending from his backside while a voice said, "Hey, I know I'm a clown. He's just running around acting like one. Doesn't know who he is one." Wasn't even that funny.
Yeah, I know.
You know? And then rodeo clown Tuffy Gessing has apologized. He told the Missouri News Outlet that he was one whose voice was heard on the event, but that he never meant to offend. It was a colleague of mine that was dressed up, and I am a rodeo clown making jokes. Gressling did not immediately return the message. CNN will request some comment. Don't you think this is bullshit?
I think it's just making a mountain out of a molehill.
Exactly. Clowns are supposed to be insensitive.
That's
why they call them clowns.
That's why they call clowns.
I mean, I don't know. It's running amok. You're absolutely right, and I'm really discouraged by that because, I'm a big supporter of the president, but don't you think this is way over the top?
Yeah, I mean, he's an ass clown, but nevertheless a clown. I'm just.
I don't get it. I just don't. Much to do about nothing, right? You're right. Meanwhile, people get mowed over. I wish I could find the story. It's not even on CNN right now. Meanwhile, it was all over my freaking news.
What story?
The story about the guy getting mowed over, the woman that got mowed in New York. Ed will probably look it up and find it, help us out here. But guess who helped her out? Dr. Oz.
Oh, okay.
He just happened to be there.
Yeah, that is something. But speaking of, what you were talking about, rodeo and President Obama, I guess it's more, sports related. Basically, it says that this is in Washington, D.C. The 1972 Miami Dolphins, yes, your favorite team, man, yes, have finally received their White House moment 40 years after their historic undefeated season. It was a long way for a Super Bowl championship team whose feat of 17 games in 0 without a loss has been unmatched in the NFL. Hello. President Barack Obama welcomed former team members and their then coach, Hall of Famer Don Shula, at a White House ceremony yesterday in recognition of their perfect season. Among those present was the team's star fullback, Hall of Famer.
The British woman? She was British?
Yes, Hall of Famer Don Shula at the White House. Among the present was the team's star fullback, Hall of Famer Larry Zonka, who made the trip from Alaska. Who knew? That's a heck of a trip. The 72 Dolphins beat the Washington Redskins in the January 1973 Super Bowl. But in 1973, President Nixon was preoccupied with the Watergate scandal, so he wasn't able to, thank them. And the White House salutes to sports teams were less of a tradition than now, back then. So basically, the 72 Dolphins have finally made their trip to the White House to visit the president. Even though it's not Nixon, but it is President Obama, and he gave them their props.
Wow.
The only undefeated NFL team in the Super Bowl, 17-0.
Damn, I forgot to do the snoring sound effect. I'm sorry, Derek.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
By the way, I just want to quickly update before we got to get into sports. While we have the last few minutes before we come back. But if Anthony, if you look on the site that Yerai just put on here on the main site, scroll down a few pictures. There is a guy that looks exactly like you. Look at that. Looks just like Anthony.
Oh,
and he was the one that may have caused that whole freaking crash incident to happen. Just so that you know.
Oh, she's cute.
Yes. Yes, indeedy.
Yeah.
My-
You see, even guys that look like you, Anthony.
Start to be suspect.
Yeah.
What
A
guy looks
suspect.
like Anthony?
Go all the way down. Scroll down. Scroll
Mhm.
down. All the way down. Got to keep going down. You'll find it. Anyway, he's standing up against a car. Yeah.
The guy with the bandana?
Yeah.
That don't look like
Oh,
Anthony.
God.
Get out of town.
Please. Yeah, look at it
You know that
yourself.
looks more like
Put the picture up and
Jason-
see.
looks like
Take a
Jason-
vote. See
looks
whether
more like
Ed is.
Jason Virus than Anthony.
Yeah.
Don't look like
Whatever.
Anthony.
Well, they're about.
He
they're
looks
around
like
the same
Anthony. Please.
age.
Anyway, put his picture up and see.
But they have admit though. But the
Put
girl
it
is
up.
kinda cute, though.
Put it up, Ed. He said.
But I
Yeah.
have to admit though, that girl is kind of cute.
Put it up.
Not gonna
No.
lie.
He said no. He doesn't want to put your ugly picture up. That's why. But anyway, it looks like Anthony. It's just a little bit more weight
I'm
on
checking
it.
out the girl.
He's checking out the girl. Anyway, terrible news with that young lady, and I'll read the story. I might as well do that since I brought all this shit up.
Well, I got the video too, so.
Oh, you got a video?
Yeah.
Bring it on. We got a video. Got a few more minutes. And the video will tell itself.
And he hit the girl. She flew up in the air. Her leg was severed right off.
A 23-year-old British tourist has had her leg severed below the knee after being struck by a taxi outside the Rockefeller Center in New York. According to witnesses, the taxi slammed into her after the vehicle swerved off the road to avoid a cyclist. After the crash, David Justino rushed to help her.
The cab driver supposedly was just ran off the road by a bicyclist, and he hadn't had no chance to step on the brake. And he hit the girl. She flew up in the air. Her leg was severed right off. The other was mangled. So I just grabbed my belt, went over, lifted her up, put it on, held it. Another girl came over, grabbed a dog leash from a passerby, and held the other leg until Dr. Oz came over, said we were doing good. And then the paramedics, we waited, and it seemed like forever. They came, they got her. I lost my belt, so no big deal. It was well worth it.
US TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz, who was working in the area, also ran to help.
The tragedy is that, you know, I don't know how the cab lost control, but this woman was devastated. And of course, just trying to put her life back together is going to take a lot.
According to reports, the woman was visiting New York with a friend. Her name has not yet been released.
And there she is.
Wow. Wow. Very sad. Look at how pretty she is.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
No, she's not gonna get a job at IHOP.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
We don't know. We don't know.
The picture you say looks like Anthony.
Yeah, who knows? Here's a guy. Anthony, don't you think? Somewhat kind of looks like you.
You think I ran over that girl? You're not kind.
That does look like Anthony. See, I think kind of reminds you of it. It looks typical because that's how Anthony always is, standing there while a cop is calling in for help.
Cop is checking out his private.
Yeah, he's checking out your nutsack there, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, after seeing that picture of you on Facebook. Well, they say it was an accident, but I know New York City cab drivers. They are reckless freaking drivers. I had to deal with them most of my life. They are the worst scumbags, I'm telling you. You think the taxis are bad here in Macon, Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Those are grandmothers driving compared to those guys.
No,
Actually, there is an infamous name that they call them. They call them killer bees.
Oh, because they're black and yellow?
Because they're black and they're known as killer bees.
Mm-hmm.
They ride down the road and I don't care what anybody says, and they're all like from Pakistan, so they don't even know how to speak to you. $2 just to walk, just look in the window. You don't even get in the cab yet, and they're already charging you money.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Exactly. You gotta be crazy to drive in that city. You're absolutely right. I used to drive it every frickin' day. I went from my place in Harlem that I used to have my valets all the way down to Battery Park City every frickin' day. 4 or 5 times a day, and then up to Thornwood, upstate New York, over to Yonkers. And I had my little Plymouth Neon that I used to cut them off because they were cutting me off. So I said, screw you.
Yeah.
And I used to cut them off and then yell out terrorists to them.
Terrorists.
And they would get furious. They would be furious. But, yeah.
I can see that. I'm not a terrorist, you midget motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I would say, your mother sucks cocks in hell, I used to tell her.
Your mother's a whore.
Yeah, your mother's a whore. Freaking warlord. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and finish sports.
Terrorist bastards.
The Major League scores, Major League Baseball scores. The Yankees are over the Toronto Blue Jays 8-4. There was a doubleheader. Wow. The Yankees were over both games. The Yankees won both games against the Toronto Blue Jays 8-4 in the first game and 3-2 in the second game. Colorado Rockies over the Phillies 5-3. Tampa Bay Rays over Baltimore Orioles 6-3. LA Dodgers over the Miami Marlins 6-4. The Mets over Atlanta 5-3. Arizona Diamondbacks over Cincinnati Reds 5-2. Texas Rangers over the Houston Astros. Another Texas series going on over the Texas favorite 4-2. Washington Nationals over Chicago Cubs 4-2. And let me see one other score I was trying to get. Oh yeah, Minnesota over Detroit 6-3. And one other story that was going on in sports, the retired players continue to fight for the compensation from the NFL's continued usage of their image. 5 Hall of Fame players, led by former Washington Redskins running back John Riggins, have joined a lawsuit suing NFL Films. This stems from a suit pressed by Rams and Giants defensive end Fred Dreyer, whose legal battle SB Nation reported on last week. After suing NFL Films in 2009, the league proposed a settlement accepted by a federal court that will put money into a fund for retired players and charities promoting initiatives for their welfare. Dreyer believes that instead of funneling cash through charities he claims there are quote-unquote dry wells, the money should go straight to the players. At least 10 of the players are joining him, including some of the cream of the crop. In addition to Riggins, who was a part of the Super Bowl winning champion of the Washington Redskins back in 1983. The list of Hall of Famers includes Chiefs lineman Curly Culp, who just was inducted last month, Vikings lineman Ron Yeri, Raiders tight end Dave Casper, Rams lineman Tom Mack, and other notables, including Pro Bowl quarterbacks Ruben Gabriel and Joe Cap. Players have until August the 30th to opt out of the settlement. If enough players do, then courts could reconsider the initial settlement. So a lot of these old NFL players are not, they don't get like regular pensions. I get like average Joes do, which is I guess not saying much, and particularly those who play. Well, I mean, particularly.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know sports.
Well, I mean, it's ATT says show me the money. Well, the thing is, they didn't really start making money until like really the 80s, and like guys like Fred Dreyer, they were playing back in the 70s where you basically played pro ball and then you had like a 9 to 5 on the side after the season was over. So I mean, most of these guys didn't play. I mean, now NFL's their actual job, their full-time job. They don't, they make enough money where they don't have to have like a, work at the uncle's or grandfather's warehouse, or Home Depot or somewhere like that, And I mean, it's probably similar to the former college football players who didn't go pro, trying to get some money from EA Sports, Electronic Arts, because of the universities and other companies like the video game companies are making money off their likeness, and they want to get a piece of the action. But that's all I have for sports. It's going on now.
Wow, shit.
Yeah, whatever. It's not.
Anyway, it's always good to have sports. You know, why not?
Yes.
Shit. What the hell? Gives me time. Come on, Ed. Sing it on. God, I love Slim.
ATT, I'm very, very close to giving it.
Ed, why don't you play Slim Whitman while we're on break? Treat the people to some great music.
Yes, indeedy, man.
Good morning, Coffee Guy is on. Yeah. Easy.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That's funny. No, I didn't hear about that. You're right. The Pope, is this the Pope Emeritus or whatever the hell he calls himself now? That ugly looking Pope?
The retired Pope, yeah.
Pope Benedict Arnold, whatever.
Pope Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, let me see. And this is from The Guardian. By the way, that guy from The Guardian, his boyfriend, I didn't even know that guy was gay.
Oh, really?
The guy that was, with Snowden, I didn't know that. But actually, yeah, I guess it is. Ex-Pope Benedict says God told him to resign during a mystical experience.
What?
And,
Pope was smoking weed or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe former Pope Benedict has claimed that his resignation in February was prompted by God, who told him to do it in a mystical experience. Breaking the silence for the first time. This is so funny. I swear to you. So help me God, I'm not kidding you. I thought about the Pope just yesterday, Benedict and the new Pope, saying I haven't heard from this guy. Yeah. I wonder how that Pope is doing. And all of a sudden, I get the story now. This is amazing. I think I'm having some mystical experience myself. Think about that. At least mine are more solid. I got proof of that shit. All right, here we go. Breaking the silence for the first time. He said, God told me to when he asked what had pushed him to retire to a secluded residence in the Vatican garden. Not that secluded. It's sitting in a freaking Vatican. Secluded somewhere in the mountains like Osama bin Laden hiding in a freaking hole somewhere. That's secluded. Secluded. Benedict denied that he had been visited by an apparition, whatever that is, or had heard God's voice, but said he had undergone a mystical experience during which God had inspired him an absolute desire to dedicate his life to prayer rather than push on as Pope. The German ex-pontiff's comments, which are said to have been made a few weeks ago, were reported by the Catholic news agency Zenit, which did not name the person Benedict had spoken to. A senior Vatican source said the report was reliable. The report seemed to be credible. Its accuracy explains the spiritual process which brought Benedict to resign. Benedict said his mystical experience had lasted months, building his desire to create a direct and exclusive relationship with God. Now, after witnessing the charisma of his successor, Pope Francis, Benedict said he understood to a great extent how God was, how stepping aside was the will of God. Benedict reported remarks contrast with the explanation he gave to Cardinals when he announced his resignation on February 11th. My strength due to the advanced age are no longer suited to the adequate act. So he lied, in other words. Oh. He said something else. At the time, German journalists who recently met Benedict reported he was going deaf and appeared to be blind in one eye and was emaciated and looked exhausted. I'm telling you, he gave another reason. Now he comes up with this one. So you're gonna tell me that the Pope was a freaking liar? What a bunch of horse shit. What the hell is that all about?
Yep, trying to get some law and order in this place.
I don't get it. Yeah. God is an alien named Peppy.
It's 10:02 right now. It's 10:02 right now. We're into the we just finished 2 hours, 2 down, 1 more to go. It's 72 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a high of 88 and low of 70. Tune in for.
I love your little dancing guy. I love that little dancing guy. I feel like dancing myself here.
Tune in for
You're a dancing machine.
Yeah, tune in for the third and final hour of the Morning Roast live from the Doghouse. We'll be right back with the remainder of the interview.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Usually I take a couple of sips out of them for my son Carter just because he's 18 months old and it prevents it from spilling and everything. So the one that I opened and took a couple sips out of, I noticed that I got a chunk in my mouth. So I spit it out in the sink and a worm came out. Right now, what we're doing is waiting for Capri Sun to send their lab down to take the worm and find out exactly what it is. The FDA has filed a complaint against Capri Sun for us. The kids are okay as of now, pending what the worm actually comes out as being after their lab tests it. And as of right now, I am okay too. And so what they do is they send it to their lab, get the results, and then I will get them back along with getting the specimen back if I want it, just to make sure that there was no switches or anything made.
Kraft Foods, the makers of Capri Sun, issued a statement saying, in part, the company can't be sure without examining the pouch in question, but in many cases, suspected worms are actually mold. Quote, the mold takes the form of a straw, which can then be mistaken as a worm since it's long and thin.
Police say 2 men tried to rob a restaurant in Chicago, but were told to come back later. And then they did, and they were arrested. Will dumb criminals ever learn? Hey, I'm Jillian on Buzz 60, and there's actually a little bit more to the story. According to the police report, Mario Garcia and Domingo Garcia Hernandez walked into Clifton Grill, threatening the owner with a gun, demanding food. A witness and regular at the restaurant says he was approached by the frazzled owner, who he told to call 911. Instead, the owner told the would-be robbers to come back in an hour. You'd think that's when he'd call the cops, right? He didn't. Cops say the 2 men came back an hour later, once again claiming they had a gun, demanding food, and this time $100. Police say the owner told the men he needed to get his wife's checkbook, and that's when he decided to dial 911 and end one of the most long-winded arrests in history. Oh, did I mention that the police report says that the gun was actually a squirt gun? Don't quit your day job, guys. But 60, now you know, pass it on.
Some dogs will eat just about anything. For Exhibit A, go no farther than Gordon, a golden retriever who's 2 pounds lighter after doctors removed a pile of rocks from his stomach. Gordon's owner says the 7-year-old dog must have gotten into some landscaping rocks in the garden. During yesterday's emergency surgery, doctors found 16 rocks weighing nearly 2 pounds.
Got an x-ray and had just tons of rocks. Sometimes you see a dog eat 1 or 2, but this dog, Gordon, he got a total of 16 is what we got out of him.
We are happy to report the 2-hour operation was a success, and Gordon is expected to make a full recovery.
Don't you hate it when you lose something? Your keys, your wallet, a library book, LOST. For some of us, those 4 letters spell heartache or headache. One Sacramento resident is lucky someone found the library book he lost. It was discovered nearly 6,000 miles away in Japan. This library book was checked out from the Sacramento Public Library on April 25th. It was lost, but somehow, some way, it made it back home nearly 3.5 months later.
There it is. And imagine our surprise.
Library director Rivka Sass says the library book, a Japan travel guide, just showed up in the mail this week. The person who found the book wrote a simple note.
To Sacramento Public Library. I found and picked up the book Eyewitness Travel Japan near Vino Station, Tokyo, Japan.
That person shipped it off in the mail July 25th.
Took a little while to get here.
The person who originally borrowed the book has been notified.
The book is back, so we are happy.
That's amazing.
That goes to show you how good and kind people can be.
Somehow I think I'd probably find a way to send them a thank you note.
Sacramento Public Library has a special thank you in mind.
We're going to send her a book that we just published on our printing press.
Because a little kindness goes a long way. In Sacramento, Suzanne Fawn, News 10.
And they got a yen for books.
Lovely.
Wow. You got a yen for Asian.
Well,
Oh,
yen
Indian.
for audio.
All right,
Well,
we're
they're
back.
both from Asia.
I think we're back.
It's 10:07.
Yeah.
It's 10:07 a.m.
Did somebody say donuts?
Time to make the donuts. Well,
yes.
welcome back. We're back, and it is how many degrees so far?
72 degrees is
Feels
actually
cool out here.
room temperatures. And the sun is actually out for right now, at least for now.
Yeah.
But it will be some raining going on sometime soon later today with a high of 88 and a low of 70.
Yeah.
Yes, and also, like I said, there's still a flood watch for Wilcox County and Upton County, something like that. Yeah,
Uptown, county, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we had recently, yes.
Welcome back, everybody. We're glad you're here with us. Seaflock is in the house. I didn't even realize that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been kind of quiet there, buddy. Haven't said much. Hope you're doing well. Coffee Guy and Tara London are on. We got double whammy, two brothers on at the same time.
Yes. We have the Harris brothers.
Yeah. The Aryan brothers.
Sound like some pro wrestlers or something.
Yeah. Well,
Tower of Coffee.
The Tower of Coffee.
That's right, brother. You're going to see us at the Omni next week.
Anyway, a lot of shit going on in this town, huh, Derek?
Mm-hmm. Whole lot of stuff.
A whole lot of nothing going on.
Whole lot of stuff. Matter of fact, here's some stuff that actually coming to Macon right now.
Comedian Chris Tucker's coming to Macon, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Who's coming?
Chris Tucker. This fall.
I thought he became like a freaking minister or some shit.
That's another comedian. Lovers of comedy in Macon. This upcoming fall, we'll get a chance to see the Atlanta native Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker will showcase his 2013 world tour at the Macon City Auditorium.
What they freaking do?
Look, the comedian show is scheduled for Friday, October 11th, starting at 8 p.m. So tickets are now on sale at the Macon Coliseum box office for $37, $47, and $65.50. And through Ticketmaster, if you guys want to be, if anyone of you guys from the Morning Roast, all our chatters, even those who are out of town and want to come by and swing by Macon, come on down October 11th to check out Chris Tucker at the Macon City Auditorium. You can get his tickets through Ticketmaster. You can get more details by visiting MaconCenterplex.com. I will send the link to that, especially if you want to get a ticket over there. Come on down. Like to see you.
Now, let me ask you a question. I agree with you, Tower. He is as annoying as they come. That that voice, that whole persona that he puts on. How come Georgia has like all the shitty, boring, overplayed, overrated comedians coming here? I mean, we got from this guy Epps was here.
Mike Epps.
We got this piece of shit Tucker. We got Tyler Perry. We got like the worst freaking shows on television come out of the state of Georgia, where it's funny to beat up on a kid. Now, I will admit that the Madea movies kind of grow on you. I kind of like the idea.
Yeah, when you don't have nothing else.
But, I mean, you think about it. This is shit that, makes people laugh today. This shit is not funny. Chris Tucker is not funny.
Oh, he is compared to Mike Epps. Oh yeah. If you ever seen the Friday movies, yes. Chris Tucker is way funnier than Mike. It's kind of like watching the Three Stooges. I mean, to me, Mike Epps is kind of like a black Shemp, basically.
Shemp was funny.
Yeah, but Shemp was funny, but he's no Curly. He's no Curly Howard. That's basically kind of like Mike Epps in the Friday movies. Yeah, Mike Epps is funny, but he's no Chris Tucker. I'm just saying.
It goes back to our earlier conversation. Everyone is famous to get somewhere, even though they don't have talent. Yeah, take a look. I mean, take a look at from Kanye West all the way through. I mean, it's just, it seems like there is no more talent. It doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. There's no freaking talent. It doesn't exist. I mean, you got dolphins that have more talent. Sharks have more talent.
Sharks have more talent.
At least they know not to bite a human being. When they bite them, they realize, oh, we don't eat that shit. Spit your ass out.
Yeah, if they're not hungry.
Yeah.
If they're not hungry, that is. That's for sure.
I mean, I just don't get it. Yeah, well, Tyler Perry would like to see me. Yeah, he would. He'd probably hire me. I'll be Medea's sidekick.
Yeah, that would be a hoot. Yeah, Medea and Irv.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be the new Odd Couple right there.
Hey, Anthony, you think you can write something and send it to Tyler Perry?
Oh man.
Me and Medea and Mama McGee or whatever.
Yeah, Tyler says, to me the last funny black comedian was and is Dave Chappelle. So not Bernie Mac or Steve Harvey.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Dave Chappelle was brilliant. Mm-hmm. That is one funny ass dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that comes close to Dave Chappelle. I mean, in the old days, it would have been Richard Pryor was funny, and but even he kind of lost it later on.
Okay. Wow, that's true.
Even he lost it later on. Thank you, Ed. Even he lost it. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Right, you're right.
And what can I say?
Yeah.
Shit happened.
Yeah.
Then he got
What's my line crew? Oh yeah, I forgot about Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady is pretty funny.
Yeah, what do you think about Wayne Brady? Ant? He's a daytime Emmy winner. He
very talented. He is funny. Very energetic. Very. I mean, he was on. I was watching it last night.
Good improv.
Good improv, and not only that, I mean, physically talented. I mean, he just got jumping around. He does all the shit. He dances well. Mm-hmm. That's a multi-talented guy.
Okay.
And his wife is Japanese.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I like him. I like Wayne Brady. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a goody two-shoes.
Well, yeah.
But I like him. Wayne is great and improv guy, but I don't think that he would be a good stand-up comedian. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good observation. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's good at improv. Not everybody is set out to be a comedian.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of comedians,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm good. I could do some comedy acting, but stand-up, that's a whole totally different grind. That's a totally different grind.
And he is funny, Rocco. No doubt about it. He is funny. But I think I agree with Anthony, though, that he I don't know whether he would be good at stand-up. I'm not sure. Because a lot of stand-up comedians really work off of their suffering. And they have a side to them that sees the irony of things. And I think that Wayne Brady is a very talented, a very well-to-do guy. I don't think he had all the suffering that a lot of young black men have gone through.
You mean like,
for whatever reason.
Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor and even Chris Rock.
And
all these other guys. I don't know what Ice-T excuse is, because that guy's got a face that's always got like this pissed off look to him. And he's not funny.
Well, he's not funny because he's a rapper. He's not a comedian. A gangster rapper's not known to telling jokes. I'm just
yeah.
And matter of fact, he's probably the only real gangster rapper that I actually have respect for. You know why? Because He ain't been to jail since he got out. Most of these quote unquote so-called gangster rappers like the DMXs and the Lil Waynes, they go to jail just for a parking ticket and then make it sound like they had a conversation with the police like they're like terrorists or somebody, like they hang with Al Qaeda. Like, no, dude, you went to jail because you had a speeding ticket. I got street cred, that type of stuff.
It is stand-up is difficult comedy to do, no doubt about it. And by the way, I did see that Wayne Brady ATT with Dave Chappelle skit where he
it's kind of like it's kind of like Training Day.
And he looked all beat up in that skit too. Wayne Brady's so clean cut, kind of like you.
Yeah, that's when he did. Yeah, when he did the thing. Yeah, he was supposed to do they had a dark side to him. Actually got him a couple of dramatic roles because of that little sketch, which was he was a gangster. Does Wayne Brady?
Yeah, no, he's.
Does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch?
No, it's true. I mean, the very talented guy, but I don't think he could do well in stand-up. At the end, he said, "I'm Wayne Brady, bitch. Be out."
Blah blah blah.
And they shot Dave in the leg. I think he tried to show a side of himself that never.
Oh yeah, that was funny
because ever imagine.
I remember because it was around the same time he had his daytime show and it got canceled. I'm like, brother loses show and he's going crazy.
Sure, he did lose that show. But kids go out real fast, Howard. Anyway, congratulations to your nephew Alex, who's getting married this Saturday. Hopefully he won't wind up like some of us, divorced and miserable.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. One of the worst comedians of recent years is Tom Hardy. And yet somehow that dude was smart enough to actually...
How the hell did he ever become famous?
He married Roseanne. I mean, you want to talk about pulling a page from Stedman. I mean, this dude marries Roseanne, then he gets a divorce, and then Roseanne has to pay him alimony. Now, how does that work?
Well, yeah, she's stupid. That's why. And then the other thing is, he tries to endear himself to people, like being self-deprecating and all that.
Well, that's what most comedians do.
You don't need to self-deprecate. You're already deprecated. You're already disgusting. Look at you and you're disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, Richard Pryor used to do self-deprecating humor. A lot of them. I mean, Joan Rivers does a lot. Definitely now.
Yeah, I don't get it. He tries to be all like, I'm no talent. No freaking shit. That's not funny for you to say that. It's almost insulting that you would think that we didn't notice that, you stupid ass. Why the hell are you on every other show?
Irvin, you'd be one heck of a guidance counselor, man.
I'm serious. You can't pull.
Don't put with no kids, man. You know why you're getting F's? Cause you're stupid. Open up a freaking book. You ever heard of the library,
Jack? Now I live life on extremes. Now I'm going from there to God. Here we go. I daily pray. Gonna be a little hard to deal with this morning, but here's our daily bread for today. Thank you, Ed. And it's so apropos.
Yeah.
The title today is Living Beyond the Odds. Odds. O-D-D-S. Living Beyond the Odds. And it's for August 21st, 2013, and the author is David C. McClaslin. Many of us make daily decisions based on the odds. If there's a 20% chance of rain, we may ignore it. If there's a 90% chance, we'll take an umbrella. The greater the odds, the more our behavior is affected because we want to choose wisely and be successful. Acts 12, verse 1 through 6 describes a situation in which Peter's odds of survival were very low. He was in prison, bound with 2 chains between 2 soldiers, while others guarded the door. Verse 6. Herod had already executed James, one of Jesus' closest followers, and he had the same fate in mind for Peter. Verse 1. A gambler would not have put any money on Peter getting out of this alive. Yet God's plan for Peter included a miraculous deliverance that even those who were interceding for him had found hard to believe. Verse 13 through 16. They were astonished when he showed up at their prayer meeting. God can operate outside the odds because he is all powerful. Noting nothing is too hard for him. The one who serves and loves us and gave himself for us is in charge of our lives. In the ordinary circumstances and impossible situation, God can reveal his power. Whether we are showered with success or sustained in sorrow, he is with us. Dear God, we are so thankful that nothing is too difficult for you. You can do amazing things. Help us to trust that you are always with us and always in control. We love you, Lord. God is always in control behind the scene. And in Acts 12, verse 5, constant prayer was offered to God for Peter by the church. And your Bible read for today is Acts 12, verse 1 through 11.
Okay.
There you have it. Living beyond the odds.
Absolutely.
There you have it. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. My beautiful people, blessed are you. Blessed are all of you.
Yes.
Thank you, Soren 95 Vibe.
Oh my goodness.
The Pope of Macon. Yeah.
As I said, there's
Anyway. It's all good. Hey, get another picture of the Pope with two cardinals, a bishop standing behind Irving and place Irving's head on the Pope and DB. Your head in Jesus, Anthony. How the hell did you come up with that recipe?
Like, dang, man, you need to stop drinking. Well, no, you don't drink, but I said, man, you need to stop eating them chili dogs early in the morning, man. They mess up your stomach. Make you see illusions and stuff. Come on, hallucinating.
I love it. Look at that. Look at that picture. You know, it's funny because Ed did this picture of me, but yet I actually dressed up as a Pope and created a whole costume and everything a few years back in New York City.
Really?
It was one of my costumes. I was the Pope, and then one of the brothers in the church had dressed up as a priest. Mm-hmm. So he and I both walked into the Halloween party. Me dressed as the Pope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The hope to the Pope and praying ain't dope.
I was in all white though, but a lot of silver glitter and all that crap I had on. Anyway, Ed and DB will be in the photo as well. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Thank you, Soren Vibe. It is a good-looking Pope. Better looking than that Benedict Arnold guy.
Ex-Benedict Pope.
Yeah. Anyway, Herb worked in the church as a Pope, and the little boys ran screaming. Now let's just say this. Let's be fair to the Pope. The Pope didn't molest the kid.
Yeah,
his minions.
His minions did that, under minions and stuff.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Not the Pope.
Yes, youth.
Anyway, speaking of Pope, what do you got for us, Pope sports guy?
Well, yes, I found something here, an update, I guess, over at Mercer University. It says only SRO tickets remain for Mercer home opener. SRO meaning standing room only. If you haven't purchased your seat for the Mercer Bears' first football game in 72 years, chances are you're gonna be standing. Mercer University announced yesterday that more than 1,000 berm seats in the end zone were sold out in 37 minutes.
What do you think of that?
Early Monday morning. The university will now release its final group of tickets for the season opener against Reinhardt University on August 31st. A limited number of standing room only tickets will go on sale Thursday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. for $5. $5. The standing room only tickets will be available only online at tickets.mercer.edu by clicking on the Mercer v. Reinhardt image. All orders are subject to online convenience and mailing fees.
There you go.
So anyone who wants to go check out the game, you only have like one more day to check it out, and it's for standing room only. So if you like standing up, you better go get them tickets.
Hey, Town London. When there was finally a black pub, we would catch all the kids of hell, kinds of hell, from the slogan "Nutjobs, the new Pope is dope." You can't spell Pope without Po. Finally, the Pope for hope.
I guess you're trying to do an imitation of Jesse.
Jesus, you got so much freaking time on your hands.
Dude, man, you need to work on your timing, man. I know you're trying to be like Jesse Jackson, get on that. The new Pope is dope. You can't spell Pope without Po. Finally, a Pope for hope. Down with dope, up with hope. Thank you very much.
Yurak Wildcat is going to stand on the slope across the street. How's that? He said hill. I'll say slope. Right, Yurak?
Whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, your brother's gone. He didn't even say goodbye. What happened? Yeah. Anyway, Derek.
Yeah.
What do we got going here?
Well, I've been checking out the trending right now. The top 10 topics they're checking out from the Yahoo online engine, from yahoo.com. I'm going to go from number 10 all the way to number 1. Number 10. The number 10 trending now topic from Yahoo is, number 10 is Israel Bible Assyrian. Number 9, Blue Moon. Number 8, Sugar Pova. Number 7, Tesla Crash Test. Number 6, Nando's Chicken. Number 5, Kodak Bankruptcy. Number 4, Lockheed Martin.
They went bankrupt already.
Lockheed Martin F-35B. Number 3, Oklahoma shooting. Number 2, Eminem. And the number 1 topic that's trending now on Yahoo is Kim Cattrall. Very interesting.
Let's do the Kodak bankruptcy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That was.
I thought they went out of business already. No, that was Polaroid.
Yeah, that was Polaroid.
Polaroid went out
because they don't make film. For Polaroid, the cameras and stuff.
Instant film. Yeah.
It's kind of obsolete now that we have digital cameras now. The article is basically U.S. judge approves Kodak's plan to exit bankruptcy. According to the story, let's see, Kodak approves Wait a minute. The mouse is not working. Okay, Reuters from Reuters.com. Eastman Kodak Company, once a mighty photography pioneer, earned court approval on yesterday, for a plan to emerge from bankruptcy as a much smaller digital imaging company. It says the green light from U.S. bankruptcy judge Alan Gropper in New York puts Kodak on track to exit bankruptcy in about 2 weeks. It says Gropper said it will be enormously valuable for the company to get out of Chapter 11 and hopefully begin to regain its position as the pantheon of American business. Kodak, based in Rochester, New York, was for years synonymous with household cameras and family snapshots. It filed a $6.75 billion bankruptcy in January 2012, weighed down by high pension costs and a year-long delay in embracing digital camera technology. With the court approval, the company's exit from bankruptcy is now imminent, Chief Executive Antonio Perez said in a statement. He said that next we move on to emergence as a technology leader in serving large and growing commercial imaging markets, adding that the company will have a leaner structure and a stronger balance sheet. It has sold off assets, including its consumer-focused operations, and will emerge from Chapter 11 to focus mainly on commercial products such as high-speed digital printing technology and flexible packaging for consumer goods. Its new structure will mean a lower public profile for Kodak's iconic name, and its expected revenues about $2.5 billion, or roughly half of what it had when it filed for Chapter 11. General unsecured creditors are likely to receive a marginal payout in the neighborhood of 4 cents to 5 cents on the dollar. I guess talking about those who had like stocks in Kodak. It says in bankruptcy, Kodak failed to obtain significant value for its portfolio of patents, which experts says was a crucial reason it had to sell core businesses and reinvent itself. But the bankruptcy resolved in the major disputes with Tyrese over pensions, and it has forged a restructuring plan that, while wiping out shareholders, as I said earlier, should pay secured creditors and second lien note holders in full. And Kodak plans to emerge from bankruptcy as early as September 3rd.
All right, well, another one bites the dust.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
You think they're going to let him go bankrupt? Think somebody will come in and save the day in the last minute?
Well, they said, they're already getting saved. They just had to sell all their assets and basically reinvent itself. I mean, they've been in business for 130 years.
How many years now?
Since 1880.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Too bad. Goodbye.
What the hell?
Wow.
DB, did you get the gonorrhea shot? Ed,
Who is that? Whose body is that?
That's supposed to be Lexington Steele or
Wesley Snipes.
Oh, Wesley Snipes from Blade. Okay.
Oh, okay.
For me, I thought it was that guy that gave all those porn stars syphilis or something like that, or herpes.
Oh yeah, I got him too.
Oh jeez.
Wow.
Tyra Lennon, may I suggest you stop doing porn until you look into that?
Let me see. Tonight is one sponsored by the local Democratic Party. What is this about? Hold on, I missed your first thing here, Anthony. Guys, I will be standing outside City Hall while the mayor form goes inside. Are you all going? I didn't know there was one again. Tonight is the one sponsored by the local Democratic Party. I thought they did that shit already, Anthony.
How much are they charging?
Charging $50 to participate. Some home with great rock and roll swintle.
$50.
Not cool. Spread while getting head. Slogan no. No, the mayor one is today. Oh, okay. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm sure that you could do a hell of a lot more with $50 than go and sit and watch these boring assholes answer.
Hell, you get a lot of $50 singles, you go down to a strip club.
Yeah, go have lunch. Go have a better conversation. What are they going to talk about?
Yeah.
The same bullshit and the same pat-ass questions and softball questions that they're going to ask?
Okay. I was trying to figure out what was the Oklahoma shooting. So basically, you talked about that earlier. It was about the Australian teen that was shot by 3 teenagers. So it happened in Oklahoma. Okay, that's what the Oklahoma shooting was about.
Oh, okay. That's what we talked about today, right?
Mm-hmm.
The kid killing or whatever.
Yeah,
it's going to be a one-sided forum, no doubt about that. I mean, I just can't imagine what the hell they're going to elaborate on any more than they're a bunch of freaking lamos. What are they going to talk about? What are they going to promise now?
All right, I just got something here. This is from Alan Peak. Here's your chance to meet the candidates tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Bibb County Candidate Meet and Greet, Bibb GOP Headquarters, 2720 Riverside Drive. All mayor and commissioner have been invited. Food and drinks provided. Al will be there.
Oh, hey, Tower, did you hear about that one? Tomorrow. tomorrow, and food will be provided. Maybe I'll go to that one. The last one that we were at that big dome place was pretty. It was long as hell, and you would die of thirst. They didn't even provide any freaking water for you.
Click the link.
Oh, I see. Oh well, let me see. Yeah, click the link and let it stink. Let it sink.
Stink?
Alright, well, you can't go. But it would have been nice if you went. Especially when there's free food. Grab those free New Way hot dogs. By the way, those New Way hot dogs are horrible. Looking. Yeah. Tasting, they're alright, but looking.
You know what's in those things?
I don't want to know.
Remember the great outdoors? Lips and assholes.
Yeah.
Lips and assholes. Hey, that's what you be doing tomorrow night at the candidates.
Hey, it just looks like
assholes.
It looks like you're biting into somebody's.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it looks like you're biting into somebody's something. It's like dark on the outside and pink on the inside. It's just really gross looking.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Not really, but thanks for giving it the attention.
It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right.
I'd rather have a Nathan's hot dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have a pretzel.
What about those Sonic hot dogs, those Conan ones? Are they pretty good?
I don't know. I've never tasted them. I like New York hot dogs. The what they call water dogs.
Yeah.
They boil them in water and pull them out, and they throw the onions on there, and it's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I never had any New York dogs. But I did have water dogs. That's what we did. We boiled them too, because frying them would be just kind of like overkill anyway. We just boiled them, and I wasn't that type of person that had all that toppings. I just would ketchup and mustard. That was good. But then I discovered relish and stuff that was pretty good, and the onions and stuff, and then had like chili cheese dogs. Add chili on them and chili dogs and chili cheese dogs and bacon cherry dogs.
I guess that's what they call them now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never got to eat that hot dog you gave me, Anthony. I left it in your car.
Yeah, I want to try the Sonic's new pretzel dog.
Thank you, Shorty. I try really hard to show my expression when I'm just disgusted with something. It shows. Yeah. Oh yeah, that pretzel hot dog. Yeah, I want to try that. I don't know what the bread is like, but they say it's like a pretzel bread.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I was quite intrigued. Like I was able to get the texture of a pretzel because they tend to be quite hard depending on where you get them.
Yeah. Well, I guess
kind of thick and kind of
at least a dog is
dry.
not hard. Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, unless you get one of those super soft pretzels,
like a soft dog with a hard bun.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
And then it's pink on the inside.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If you are a religious man, I wouldn't eat it.
You wouldn't eat it. It might not be kosher.
Yeah.
I guess probably.
At least I didn't leave it in your tailpipe, right, Anthony? Yeah, that's true. The pretzel burger from Wendy's. I've never tried that one.
Yeah, that's what. I guess people are going pretzel crazy now, huh?
I guess everybody's getting on that bandwagon.
The pretzel bandwagon.
The pretzel bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was. Speaking of trending now, I was checking out one of the other stories where they said about the Tesla crash test was scored better than perfect. Better than how can you go better than perfect? Would you get like a 200?
It's better than terrific.
Yeah. It says the Tesla Motors Model S electric car recently earned the highest possible rating of 5 stars in government crash tests. But that announcement wasn't good enough for the image-conscious company and its charismatic founder, Elon Musk. In fact, Tesla said Monday, previous 2 days ago, 11 days after the test results were announced, that the Model S earned the highest crash test scores than any car ever tested. It says out of all the vehicles tested, including every major make and model approved for sale in the United States, the Model S set a new record for the lowest likelihood of injury according to occupants, Tesla said in its statement. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's 5-star safety rating system operates like the letter grade system used in classrooms, in which any score above 90 is an A. While one student might get a 92, another a 98 or 99, they would both be A students. But Tesla's saying that...
Let me just say this. Anthony asked a question. He said, what's next? Whipped cream? Don't they call cars whips?
Well,
yeah, my whip. Don't they check out my whip. Isn't that the name that what the kids call cars today?
I thought it was a ride.
And that is a whip. Yeah, a whip.
I never heard of that. That was good.
Yeah. They say, check out my whip.
Okay.
And it's a car. Isn't that somebody around here? Should know this shit. Real man porn. No, I want somebody that's like a real man homeboy. Somebody that, I know whip is in the government. No. I'm telling you, somebody looked this shit up. I know what I'm talking about. They said, check out my whip.
Okay.
Only your calls whips. Oh, well. Anyway, whatever. Whipped cream.
Yeah, whipped cream. Yeah. But it says that...
whip it good. Whip it good. Coming from I'm So Horny.
You know what?
Whip it good.
Elon Musk, Tesla, the founder, Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk, that we talked about. He's the one who made the Model S electric car, Tesla Motors.
Sounds like the Model T or before that.
Yeah, I know, but this is the same guy that was trying to do the thing about that tube from to get from L.A. to San Francisco in 30 minutes or something, or. Yeah, it's the same guy that what Richard Quest, the reporter from CNN, was talking about. It's brilliant. It's stupendous. It's brand new technology all around the world. He's like a British Bill Cosby.
I can't stand that son of a bitch. I'd rather sound like Bob Dylan. Well,
it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, whip it good. What the hell? Shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he likes your Indian accent. Do it again, baby.
Oh, whip it good.
No, Indian accent. That's a Bob Dylan accent. Okay. Is Bob Dylan even Indian? Isn't he a Jewish guy?
Yes.
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 Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Anyway, only sorry. Hip-hop artists noticed that the Mercedes-Benz logo resembled a steering wheel. Then they proceeded to use the term whip. There you go! To describe any Mercedes-Benz vehicle, the term is now generalized to classify any expensive automobile. Thank you, Vorpalbite. I told you that.
Damn, you're going to have an orgasm.
Yeah, I'm going to have a whip it orgasm. Whip it out, baby. Thank you, Vorpalbite. Thank you, Vorpalbite.
Okay.
I knew it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry, Real Pawns, I didn't see that. I thought you were the one that was disagreeing with me. Yeah. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Great.
Here we go.
Awesome.
I got something right here, man. Here's a wing dang doodle.
Yeah, I'm about to whip out an orgasm, like you said. Yeah, you're right.
Ew.
Anyway.
Okay.
So go ahead. What else is?
I was just reading some stories. This is a best in the finance section of Yahoo. It says basically 15 tycoons who won't leave their fortunes to their kids. It says number one of them. I'll go put down the list. Number one is business magnate Warren Buffett. Wow, that's incredible. As incredibly wealthy investor and philanthropist, he's pledged to give away 99% of his wealth. 99%, either during his life or when he dies. He started by promising
99.
Promising 80. He started by promising 83% of it to the Gates Foundation.
Yeah.
According to Fortune magazine. So they have more money now. More money.
Whip it up, baby.
Number 2 is eBay founder Pierre Omidyar. He became a billionaire since he was 31 years old. The eBay founder has made it his life's work to donate the majority of his money to those less fortunate, instead of to his 3 children, according to Forbes. He and his wife Pam are also the single biggest private donors to the fight against the human traffic industry. Number 3. Here, Chief, I'm on my way. Yes. New York City Mayor number 3 is Mayor Michael Bloomberg. He's not giving away, sending his fortune to his kids. Number 4 is rock star Gene Simmons of Kiss. Of course, he's not giving it away because he spent it all on his money, on his makeup and stuff. Even though he is worth $300 million, you know, the rock legend, that's a lot of freaking money. Oh.
Somebody's on the phone.
I was gonna say something.
Your mother's a whore.
Anyway,
What's a whore? Oh.
Number 5, Australian iron magnate Gina Reinhardt. Wow, how about that?
Thank you, Yurak. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, what's the difference between a nut and a peanut?
The pea?
No. Nuts grow on trees. Peanuts grow in the ground.
Oh. I guess you learn something new every day.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yes,
just thought of that. Oh, by the way, why do mice not have any shoulders?
Why? Why do they don't have any shoulders?
I know, I'm asking you.
Think if I know, man. They crawl?
Because they need to burrow. I guess. They have no shoulder.
Why, have you ever smelled mothballs?
Yes.
How'd you get your nose between their tiny little legs?
Yes.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what the hell to say. Oh, what was that joke you said yesterday? You said some... And I said, you ought to say that on the show.
Well, oh, man, it's way too
Come
corny.
on, yeah, you gotta tell them.
Oh, okay.
Do it in a voice or something. Make it fun.
Well, there was this little kid right there. He was going to church and he saw these cars in the parking lot, and it reminded him of something that one preacher told him a long, long time ago. And he basically, this little boy asked his preacher, this was during the days of what would Jesus do? What type of shoes would Jesus be wearing, and what type of sneakers he would be wearing if they had sneakers, or what type of shirts would he wear? Would he be wearing FUBU and stuff? Then he just kept asking these questions to his pastor about then he finally ended with, what type of car would Jesus and his disciples would be driving if they had cars back then? And the pastor thought and thought and thought, and he basically said, they would be driving Hondas. And the kid said, what, really? Hondas? You sure? I mean, not Toyotas or Volkswagens?
Are you telling a joke?
Yeah.
You don't tell a joke like
This is like the freaking longest freaking joke in the world.
I didn't even want to say it, but he wanted me to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish it up.
Okay.
All right. The line in the joke is, what would the disciples and Jesus drive around if they had a car? What type?
Yeah. He basically said, the preacher said basically what type of car it would be, a Honda. And he said, well, yeah, you're getting ahead of me, Rosalind. It says, you sure it wouldn't be a Toyota or a Nissan, Ford, Volkswagen, Dodge? Is this going to be a Honda? It says, yeah, of course, I'm sure it is a Honda.
Jesus' disciples would be driving a Honda if they had cars back then. And then the kid says, well, how do you know? Well, how do you figure that out? He says, look in your Bible. It's in the New Testament. Jesus said to his disciples, we should all come together in one accord. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, I enjoyed it. Yes, yes. Hey, I thought it was funny. Forget y'all.
Absolutely honorable.
Anyway.
You're getting boos from everybody.
Shut up. I hope you buy. You
I
go.
swear to God, he took up an hour of our show with that freaking joke.
I hope your next car is a you go. I hope so. No.
I want y'all to know I don't write any of the fucking material for this show. This shit comes right out of their mouths. Just like that. At the spur of the moment. I mean, spur of the moment.
See, don't ask me to explain. Don't ask me to do no more doggone jokes, sir. See, just let me do invitations, all that.
No, I won't. I promise you, I won't. Oh my God! Okay.
Boy, you gonna bust hell wide open wearing gasoline boxes. Anyway.
Show coming up like real soon.
Oh, I love it.
8 minutes.
I love my audience. You guys are great.
Yes.
I hear the boos over the internet.
Thank you, Rosalind. At least somebody's liked it.
Okay, I'll never see. That's funny. TB is the worst.
Shit.
He says, Anthony says,
no, it's the
he said I was wrong. DB is the worst new black comedian.
Get out of here. Anyway.
Oh, shit. All right. Tell another one, DB. This is great.
I'm going to go in the word origins and get this mess.
He apologized to Tom Arnold.
You wrong as hell, Tyler. I'll just tell you right now. I apologize to
Let me see. DB in the face of a cream pie. Oh my God, I'm actually crying over here.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, yeah, DB does great with impressions.
Yes.
Well, a good try, Derek.
Yeah, thank you.
I told you, you're not one of those suffering people.
I'm so one of them. Jeez.
Anyway, by the way, the coffee guy says you know Tom Arnold.
I guess that's a sort of a compliment, I think. Yeah.
He said, I've already forgot that joke. I only remember Honda. Oh, Lord, that was funny. All right, well, what else, Derek?
Okay, I'm going to Word Origins.
Don't worry, you didn't miss much.
By John Ainscough. Okay.
It's funny as hell.
It says figure. The word of the day is figure. F-I-G-U-R-E.
Go figure, yeah.
Yeah, go figure. Figure comes via Old French from the Latin figura, which means form, shape, figure. A derivative of the same base, F-I-G, fig, as produced fingere, make, shape, whence English effigy, faint, feign, and fiction. Many of the technical Latin uses of the word, including geometric figure, are direct transitions of Greek schema. Wow.
Yeah.
S-K-H-E-M-A, which also meant literally form, shape, but the since numerical symbol is a later development. Also, the base fig was derived from Latin figmentum, which means something created or invented, which English gets figment. There's your word, figure. Figment. Yes, my stand-up comical genius is a figment of my imagination.
Exactly. You beat me to that punchline.
Thank you very much. See, I got good timing though. You can't. Yeah. No one can. You can't question that.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, yeah, he is the best reader of wordsmith and who said it first. He is, no doubt about it. That is good at it. I figure an Accord is a lousy car. Yeah, it is. By the way, that was the car that crashed into me. I told that story a while back when I had the van and I was taking it back to the oven. and it literally disintegrated.
Wow.
I mean, what a piece of crap car they are. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
So, what else?
Well, who said it?
Who said it first now?
Yeah, who said it first? Who said this quote first? Perish the thought. Originally with that instead of the line comes from English playwright actor Colley Cibber, C-I-B-B-E-R. Undaunted by Shakespeare's having already written an impressive drama about Richard III, Cibber wrote an alternative version in 1700 and presented it at Drury Lane with himself playing King Richard. After being visited by ghosts, the king says, "Perish that thought. No, never be it said that fate itself could awe the soul of Richard." Yes. So it's Colley Cibber who first
I thought it was
said,
cherish the thought, not perish the thought.
Perish the thought. Yeah.
Perish the thought.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, perish that thought.
Definitely.
I almost got hit by a Prius yesterday in the parking lot at the gym. Boy, Rosalind.
Yeah, this is some crazy. Perish the joke, real impossible.
Yeah, really.
Okay, man.
Anyway, why do politicians have TGIF on their shoes? Toes going first.
That's a good one.
Yes, I want you to get me. I don't have to pay to get in that piece of shit, do I?
Unless you want to talk.
Anyway, so...
Ouch.
I'll be quiet.
Ouch.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah. Come and get me, Aunt. Yeah, I want to go in there and just surprise the hell out of them. They wouldn't expect me there, I guess. Because they think that I was satisfied with the last piece of shit that they had. Which, by the way, you did a good job at. So, well, there we have it. It's 10:58. We got 2 minutes. Why don't you close out with another joke, Derek?
Okay, I'll just go... Hey,
wait a minute, we ain't got enough time.
Well, yeah, we do. I'm just going to go straight to the your mama jokes.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, your mama's so ugly when she looks in the mirror, the reflection looks back and shakes his head. Okay,
here we go.
Your mama's so ugly she looks like she's been in a dryer filled with rocks. Your mama's so ugly that she makes blind children cry. Your mama's so ugly that she climbed the ugly ladder and didn't miss a step.
You're not missing a step here, pal.
Yeah,
right,
your mama's so ugly. The last time I saw something that looked like her, I pinned a tail to it. Oh my God! Your mama's so ugly that we put her in the kennel when we go on vacation. Your mama's so ugly that her shadow ran away from her. Your mama's so ugly she could scare the flies off a shit wagon.
Wow. Your mama's so fast she got arrested at the airport for 10 pounds of crack? You suck, AT&T.
Your mama's so stupid she thought chicken soup for the soul was a cookbook.
Yeah. Your mama's so ugly that the witch from Hansel and Gretel put her in the oven. Put herself in the oven.
Oh, jeez.
I screwed that one up. Got it.
Oh, my goodness. That's...
Your mama's so fat when she gets out of the lake, she leaves a ring around it.
Your mama's so fat that her belly button gets home 15 minutes before she does.
All right, come on, guys. Bring on some more. We'll close out with your mama jokes.
Yes.
Your mama's so fat her shadow weighs 50 pounds.
Yes.
Your mama's so fat she got baptized at SeaWorld. Your mama's so fat she wears one of those X-Jacket helicopters to try to land on her.
No, your mama's so fat, man.
You suck.
Your mama's so fat when she wears a yellow raincoat, people yell, "Taxi!"
Your mama's so fat her leg has a kickstand.
Your mama's so fat that the National Weather Service names each one of her farts.
And Rudy Ford says, your mama's so black. When she gets in the car, the oil light comes on. You racist bastard. Right. Your mama's so fat every time she lays down, 3 astronauts plant a flag on her.
Your mama's so fat she took a tan on the beach and some guy who came with a flag and claimed it for Spain.
Wow. Your mama's like a hardware store, 5 cents a screw. And finally, Tara London says, your mama's so fat that when she dances, she makes the band skip.
I'm joking.
Awful. All right, wait, Yurak. Your mama's so fat, so ugly, you have to tie a bone around her neck so the dog could play with her.
Your mama's like a refrigerator. Everyone sticks their meat in her. Ow! Ouch!
Alright, and on that.
Oh man, on that note.
Stick a fork in it, we're done.
Yes, indeed. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's 11:02. Thank you for tuning into our show. I want to thank all the people. Rosalind Nicole, thank you very much. Urak, Wildcat, ATT, Bunga, I'm so horny. Is this real? Jesse, 1955, Knucklehead Earth, Lady K1, Lord of Lycans, Nikal 3000, Radio Man West, Real Man Pons, Scorpio, Pio, Shawty Bray 72, Topher, Morphabite 2, Yuck Food, Rudy 4, Tyra London, and also thank you, the Coffee Guy, DS Photo Guy, and also Saibuki, who was here earlier today.
Right, we had Old Time Radio.
And Good Time Radio.
Manny was on, he left. We had a whole bunch of people today.
Yes.
And it's always good to have as many as we can. Yeah. There you go. That's that girl, that 14-year-old.
Yeah, you may want to protect yourself, man.
No, you're right.
How you dick him?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
And like a mummy, it's a wrap.